Vasilevsky. Refreshing air.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the False Finish Podcast live.
That's what it is.
Live.
It is sort of live. We're missing one,
but I
we're
think
missing
he's
one.
gonna. Are you guys gonna play any games?
I don't know. He's currently not on right now, so
He might be dealing with some. Might be sleep. Poor guy.
he might be getting ready to go back to work. So then it's just the question of what the fuck I want to play then.
Figure that shit out, yo.
Fucking figure it out for sure. Might just play baseball. Baseball has been very, very good to me.
Baseball's been very, very good to me.
I like baseball. I miss it. Dude, again, I watched Game 6 of the 96 World Series last night just because it was sports. That's how much I miss baseball. I was straight up desperate, bro.
You missing the base and ball?
I miss any kind of sports. Again, that's how happy I was that Overwatch League came back. It was something to watch. Yeah. That was competitive. People competing at the highest level, and it entertained me for 6 hours. I can't ask for much more than that. I started playing it on the Switch. I had it on the Switch, and I've never actually played a game of Overwatch on the Switch, and I'm just like, oh yeah, my skills do carry pretty much over. I'm about the same on every platform. I'm not good, I'm not great. I'm kind of like that mid-level in between. Tony's mic is low, and it keeps feeding from your headphones onto the stream. Thank you, Jen. She's a saint. Yeah, so hang on. Let me turn you down. Let me turn you down in my head.
Is that on the Twitch stream, or I assume that's on your stream? I'm streaming on YouTube, yeah. Jen. I'm streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, so she's probably picking up you in my headphones because I have you very loud in my headphones, probably because I'm deaf.
You gotta lower your shit, man.
Well, I'm deaf. How about that? That might sound better. And I also had this other fucking speaker right next to it. Oh, you fucking dumb piece of shit. Thank you, Jen, for being ever so vigilant. I just back. Skip that deal. Tony's my hello. It's feeding from your headphones on the street. She's the best. Oh. Motherfucking shit. All right, yes, I don't know what I want to play. I might just play baseball.
I started watching fan films.
Yeah, you were telling me. How was that?
You know, they win awards. I don't know how, but they win awards. So gives me hope. I had an interesting conversation today.
With whom?
With one Ashley Van Strander.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is all usually in for conversation with her.
She says that the person she's currently with is also in the business. And is actually
production business, or
yeah, and actually is a published writer, and she said that she's got to get us together so that we can help each other. Well, he can help me, was what she said, because he knows people in the business. I said I appreciate you thinking about me. I said I appreciate that very much. And she goes, of course. So I was like, thank you, and we'll see where we go from here.
It's all about who you know in this business. It's
all about who you have sex with.
In this case, you don't even have to have sex with the person. She has sex with the person.
I know.
You just get it. You just get it by proxy.
And I reap all the benefits.
By the transitive property of Ashley being with this guy. That explains the Mercedes-Benz.
Well, well, she said he's a very nice guy, which I'm happy. I'm happy that she bounced.
However, because because she found a lot of shitty people.
Yeah, she had a shitty. I'm happy that she's okay and that she's happy, healthy.
She's kind of
That's all that matters.
she's kind of gone from one shitty relationship after the
That's what I'm saying.
after the next.
She seems to found. She has seemed to find some stability in this situation that she's going through.
Somebody that makes her happy and treats her with respect.
Exactly. So I'm happy that she's happy because like I said, in the end, we're all friends. We all happy.
Holy because Christ, I've known the girl since I was like fucking 5 years old. So. Water is my favorite beverage. It really is. There's nothing better than water. So I have to keep telling myself.
Water always quenches your thirst.
It does.
You know, when you drink things with sugar in it, it makes you more thirsty because of the sugar.
But sometimes I do, like, when I'm eating food, I can't just drink water. Like, that's... But if I'm just drinking nothing...
You know what happened? I noticed...
what happened?
Emily posted a picture on Instagram, and she was like, during this trying time, I want all my friends, all my close friends to know that I love and care about them. And there was all these pictures of friends. And I was swiping. Not one fucking picture of me. I made you a costume, you cunt. You cunt. I was there for you in your time of need. And I don't even get so much as a fucking mention.
A mention or nothing. Wow. Must be nice.
Fuck me.
You don't even rank. You don't even rank in the...
I'm not even I'm not even at the last picture. There was like 5 fucking swipes I had to go through. I'm not even on the last page. I would have taken a fucking small thumbnail in the corner.
Or mention, like, hey, because I couldn't find any, maybe she couldn't find any pictures, like,
no, we
tag
had one,
you in...
Because we took one together when she was in that fucking costume. At that fucking, at the con before I left. So she has one of me. Fucking dirtbag. You wonder why I fucking hate women. Wonder why they fucking think they're cunt rag, gross piles.
No, you just date the ones that, again, because I see how I do the same thing. It's ones with mental problems.
Fucking cunt.
Deep-seated mental problems.
That shit hurt. I thought I was your friend. I guess
no.
I'm nothing. Like, fuck you then. If I'm nothing, then fuck you.
Yeah, no. I guess it's nothing that you took her to Beacon so she could get her ID. Or that had all her valuable shit in your car for several months.
It's whatever. She's still in there. Now it's going in the fucking garbage. It's going right in the fucking garbage.
Okay, well, no, that's...
in the motherfucking garbage.
Hit the pause button on that. I know, that's emotion talking. That's not logic talking. That's emotion. You gotta think logically. That's petty shit.
Well, it's taking up space in my trunk.
And then it's be like, hey, come get your shit. Do you want your shit? He's like, or not even like that. Don't even say it like aggressively like that. Just be like, hey, do you want your stuff that I've had for going on a year now? Like, that was that shit was before my mom. Like, that's how I measure. That's how I measure everything now. Like,
no,
my life started May 2nd,
yeah,
2019.
It was literally in May.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Yeah, it was in May.
No, because I remember that like even before. Like,
no, I was making it the costume in April.
No. She had her like IDs and stuff like that. The stuff with taking her to the.
Oh no, we did all that.
That was before that. I'm dying.
Fucking bitch. I forgot I did that.
It's inconsiderate. But
then I forgot that she forgot that shit there, and I had to go pick it up.
Yeah, no. You could have just been like, nah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm good. Get your roommate to do that shit.
I'm a fucking stupid dummy.
You know?
God damn it.
This is what it is. Can't do anything.
Yeah.
Saved by them. Saved by the book.
It's just bullshit. It's bullshit.
No, it is. It is.
You
It's inconsiderate shit.
Try to be nice to somebody, and they don't even care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she hasn't really spoken to me much in the last 6 to 8 months, from what I understand.
I don't know. Still.
Of how we're having like a public bitch session on YouTube.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna smoke weed and air grievances. This is my festival.
It's the airing of the grievances.
This is the Lockdown Festivus episode.
If we were podcasting, that would be the episode title: Lockdown Festivus.
Lockdown Festivus, airing of grievances. I'm telling I got a lot of problems with you people, and tonight you're gonna hear about them.
Find tinsel distracting.
That's like I put that status like 2020's been a shitty year, and Van Strander was like, my life has been fabulous, and I was like, congratulations, dipshit.
Oh yeah, there's a global crisis.
Read the fucking room.
Read between the lines.
Read the fucking room.
I mean, that's when you kind of be like, well, considering where you were, yes, your life has been fabulous. Not even gonna say that.
I can't make fun of people because that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up to talk down to them.
It's not talking down. It's not talking down. It's people want to punch, counter punch.
So, yeah, I guess.
Some people.
I guess you're right. You're right.
Read, like you said, read the room. Like, you know what the general consensus of your audience.
Yeah,
and
man. Like, come on, bro. Like,
again, there are just some people that don't think like that, though.
I mean, my aunt died 3 weeks ago. Artie's mom dies now. Like, you know what's crazy is my aunt literally died on February 29th, and then Artie's mom died on March 31st. Like, who's next? Who's dying on April 30th?
Oh, that's because I still have the audio muted. I'm a fucking idiot.
Wow.
Jen, without you, I'd be lost. I'd still had the desktop audio muted on the sound panel. Because
how the fuck is Jen producing your podcast from her house? She's not even in the thing.
This is how good she is. Again, soon as we start making money, I'm nominating her for a key position in the company.
Fucking girl's producing your podcast from her house. She's not even trying.
We need people to be on the ball to match our general not on the ballness.
Listen, I'm doing fine on YouTube.
Yeah, you know what? No, I'm just saying because there's going to be times like this where I'm not going to have something set. And I'm going to need somebody to come in and just be like,
Jesus.
Like the time I did the radio show for like 5 minutes and I was like talking to myself and I didn't realize I had the phone muted. Like I did a good 5 minutes intro. Nobody heard. It was dead air for 5 minutes after the intro.
Dead air.
Chris Caden had to jump in.
I'm gonna try to
and send me messages.
I'm gonna try to get a Cook on Wild Baked episode done this week. Cause you gotta like take smaller hits, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I just usually when I drink water afterwards, I'm fine.
Are you at 420 on that thing?
Yes. This is the first bag at 420.
What strain do you have?
I have no idea. It's
how much did you spend?
It was no. We get variety, so we usually get like
mixes of things.
A mixed bag.
Like I noticed that the highs lately have been very hard at the end.
Yeah. Well, no, because it takes me. I take huge hits anyway. I don't know my.
But still, there have been times where there's certain strains that I've been able to go right through, no problem, no coughing at all. But then there are certain ones that at the end they get very, very harsh at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Gilbert Montalvo. Oh, watching the stream.
Oh boy.
My man Pots of Pans.
Oh boy.
How's the lockdown in Florida treating you?
They're not locked down in Florida. They haven't even got like a shelter in place or
Those
anything.
fucking idiots are sitting there spring break. And
They're like,
this is my spring break.
no.
And I don't
Well, the
care.
governor shut down the governor like shut down like the beaches and shit.
Dumbass dick bags down there.
Yeah, we are.
Real fucking winters down here in Florida. Like, this is my spring break, and I'm totally gonna party. Dumbass.
Oh, we're in a. Hang on. I can add you. I have to type.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking Ming. Ming is message. Huh. Add Ming to the message.
Alright, Brandon's right, but just a lot less people on the road, Gilbert said.
Yeah, they're like they have the social distancing shit in effect, but not to like.
Dude, they have this thing at the store today. I noticed. Not the store, at the UPS now, at the United States Postal Service. Apparently, somebody at my job had it because I walked in I walked into the office today to check in, and in the fucking like where she was sitting, where she used to sit, this lady that I checked in at, the whole fucking desk was plasticed off with caution tape, 7 feet. They're like, no passing.
Oh boy!
I walked in, I looked at that shit, I looked right at the fucking black kid that was working there. I said, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "You don't even want to know." I was like, "Okay, no problem," and that was it. I just wrapped that shit up and left.
Hang on, I'm trying to.
If I die in the next week or two, it means I got the coronavirus.
Well, you would know.
Tell the world my story.
You would know, like
Tell them
like
that I lived as I died.
everybody who gets it complains of like
They can interpret that how they
like
want.
a belt, like a tight, like it feels like a belt is tightening around their
I don't have
wrist,
that. I mean, I have been feeling
their chest rather.
fatigue lately, but I don't think I've been sleeping very much.
You can breathe fine, like that's not a problem for you. All right,
no,
hang on,
still-
let me see if I can show.
I'm still doing yoga and shit.
I'm trying to see if I can add me.
I'm trying, Gilbert, but motherfuckers in this New York, they don't want to stay in a house. Everybody wants to go outside. You can't tell us what to do. That's what they're doing. That's what they sound like. They sound like little babies. Stay in the house, you fucks. God.
Oh,
Canada pushed it till January 30th. I mean, June 30th.
yeah,
June 30th.
yeah. There's not gonna be a. I'm already like braced for that.
Gilbert, you have diabetes. Oh, God. You have diabetes? Is it type 2 onset diabetes?
Are you getting your testing supplies from Liberty Medical?
Are you getting your diabetes stuff? Because I don't want you to die of diabetes. Oh my God.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
The other day I hit my wife.
Step 2 onset diabetes. I think what the doctor's saying is that I'm still in better shape than you, despite the diabetes. Stop calling it diabetes. I love my bong.
Fucking-
What happened? Ming doesn't know how to get
I have to add him as a friend on Discord to add him to the DM. And that's I keep telling you, accept the friend request that I sent you in Discord.
It is annoying to figure all that shit out in Discord, though.
It's another program. It's very simple once you get the hang of it.
You don't even. Tom Jones is back. God, he's like my number one fan. I love you, Tom. I love you every time you watch me. Thank you. You give me a reason to do this.
Tom, if you could join us. Well, no, because then I would have to.
You have to invite him then, and that's gonna be a whole nother.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be like 4 people. Then we'll just switch to the. We're getting ready.
It's gonna wind up looking like the Brady Bunch.
It will, because there'll be 4 of us. But that's fine though. That's essentially kind of I'm fine with that.
Until met this fellow. I don't know the rest of the words. I wish I did.
It's okay.
Oh, then I was, that's how they became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Da-da-da, the Brady
full-
Bunch. Da-da-da.
The false finish bunch. That's how they.
we. Oh, yeah, we should have like a weed bunch. The Weedy Bunch. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then at the end, like the sign off of the song is. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Who smoked my weed? We should make great sitcoms. I can't wait for that Big Show sitcom to come out. The second I saw Jaleel White on that shit.
Like, he's. I'm not still sitting here having a window, having my shit exposed. He'd accept it or not. I'm just.
Weren't we friends already?
Not because we're in the server together doesn't mean we're on each other's friends list.
I thought we were all friends.
It's a whole other protocol.
That's because you're my best friend.
Yeah.
You're a warm-hearted person who loves
Nose to the I prefer the Queen version, but you know.
Hold on a second.
Whatever this.
Hold on a second. Tom just popped me. Tom just popped me.
I just saw it. That was great. That was great.
My name is Scott Long, and I'm gonna come over here to hunt you fuckers. Who's making fun now? Who's making
He
fun
would be-
now?
He wouldn't be the cat. He wouldn't be the Tiger King because that requires money. He doesn't have money,
Oh, he would be-
so he'd be the cat guy of Newburgh. He'd just collect.
Alley cats. My name is Scott Long. I'm broke as shit. I have
The
kinky sex. I will never dress up. And yes, I collect a bunch of alley cats.
This is my cat circus. I teach the cats how to professional wrestle.
This is my... I pay them all $275.
$275. No, he gets paid too. The people pay him $275.
Everybody from around the world comes to my show. Cats and meth. That's what we sell. Cats and meth.
Cats and shitty weed.
Cats and shitty weed. His weed gave me headache.
His weed made me cough like that just from even like tasting it. It was like, oh.
Yeah, it was so gross. And then he used to say to me like, my weed is the only weed that gets me high. Yeah, because you're a fucking half a retard. That's why. That's why. Like, I can only assume.
No, but if he would, but if he did smoke anything, because I never brought stuff back then. Like I always had it, but I never brought it. If he did smoke anything that it did break, he would just be like, like
Where
drooling.
did you get this? This is so much like ah! Kevin Cerruti! Nah, Cerruti, this couldn't be farther from a pro wrestling conversation, but we don't do that here anymore.
Not all the time, at least, or at least it's like
Pro wrestling died.
we don't like.
Pro wrestling died a long time ago. What else? We don't talk about that crap anymore. Who cares about that shit?
I care.
Although it's still real to me, damn it. I watched that shit yesterday. I gotta commend all these wrestling companies that are fighting in front of nobody, that are just like continuing to go. You know, I'm impressed by it. Like I didn't expect them to continue this. Like AEW now, and I noticed NWA.
AEW has been the best it's ever been. I
Yes.
think.
Do you know why?
Without the crowds,
You know
because
why?
they're more natural.
It's not even that. It's just because the wrestlers don't give a shit. They're just being themselves.
Yeah,
They're having fun.
people are just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Man, Ugh.
Scott.
I'm gonna have to put you on. I'm gonna have to put you on the screen for a second.
Ooh, just me? Hi, hello, Twitch. Hi.
Yeah, hang on 2 seconds.
The Undertaker he should be dead. I mean, I wish he was already dead. Jeez, I mean, how many times is he gonna come back and wrestle? Like now he's wrestling fucking AJ Styles. Like who gives a shit? Like who gives a shit? Like for real, Undertaker. Like do me a favor. Would you stay home? Could you please? And can anybody explain to me what the fuck is up with those pictures with Michelle McCool and the Tigers? Like, what is he filming? A fucking R&B album? That's his album cover? I don't get it. What are you doing? You can't go on the internet, take a bunch of selfies with you and your wife, and then come on TV that Monday and claim to be dead. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't. You can't do that. You can't use social media like it's like Tuesday, and then on Thursday you're Undertaker and you're dead again. I'm sorry, I don't buy it anymore. I can't. I can only suspend my disbelief for so much. Once you start taking pictures in a pool with a tiger,
Tigers.
you're not dead.
And going to church. Why don't you start going to church and telling about your personal relationship with, like, you're not the Prince of Darkness anymore. You're just Mark, a good born again Christian man. Because he's definitely born again. Because from the stories that we've heard,
he's definitely born again.
That dude definitely.
Why is it that all these pro wrestlers find God? I don't understand it. Why is it?
If you find something later in life, you need something. I guess I don't know.
Kevin Cerruti is claiming that you have the coronavirus.
No, it's just I have the Carifa virus.
Yeah, you did just smoke a lot of weed.
I do just smoke. I smoke a fucking ton of weed. Because I only cough when I smoke weed. I don't just cough.
That's how I know I don't have the coronavirus, because I only cough when I smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know, people keep saying to me, they go, imagine if weed is the cure.
It's definitely not. Huh. It's definitely not. I'm probably making myself more susceptible by doing this. If I'm gonna have to be inside, which is like it's not.
I always take I always do the Mac line of thinking. Just smoke a bunch of weed. This smoke will suffocate all the toxins.
Yeah, sure.
The THC will suffocate all the toxins. Oh my god. Just don't go and lick toilet seats or fucking groceries.
I won't.
And
I have a bottle of Purell. My dad was able to secure one of the last bottles of Purell.
Tom was telling me that these idiots in the city are marking it up like $10 a bottle for the small ones.
It's capitalism at its finest.
Isn't that fucked up, dude? That's fucked up. You shouldn't capitalize on something like this. That's fucked up. But I get it. I understand. It's like, yes, you want the oil, you need it, come to me.
And I like the people who try and build it, make their own. Just get like essential oils, rubbing alcohol, and whatever. Shit, and you can make your own. Like, no, it doesn't really work like that, but okay.
Fellas,
your hands will smell nice.
Fellas, trying to troll this podcast with talk of MVW does not work. We don't talk about wrestling, guys. But the greatest MVW champion of all time was me. Everybody knows it. It's not a secret, so it doesn't matter.
Me and Ginger.
I carried that company on my back. And then it got too heavy. It was like the weight of 1,000 planets. And I was just like, this company's too heavy. I'm done. And I dropped. I dropped the ball, boys.
No. Our promoter, not you really, or the building manager, dropped the ball. By,
Tom,
letting somebody a little sick.
Tom, that couldn't be further from the truth. We both know that. Oh, my God. Those great days of wrestling. I was thinking about those days recently, since this coronavirus has gotten us. Is it true? MVW? You know what? Nowadays, anything's possible. I wish it was true. Oh, Jesus Christ. I remember that shit, too, dude. I think we all sustained a concussion at one point. Cerruti, you had one, too. I mean, let's be honest here. At one point, you had a concussion. We all fucking sustained one. I sustained multiple ones. That's because Tom never stopped throwing chairs at people.
Overhand chair shots.
Yeah. Those were like a badge of honor, though, back in our day. Back in our day. Back in our day.
It's a privilege to get CTE.
Yeah. You weren't a man if your brain's not applesauce now. Your brain's got to be applesauce to be a man now. What the fuck?
That's one way of looking at it, sure.
Yeah, man. You used to say, Gilbert, you were waiting on MVW residuals. You were never a part of MVW, you fucking lying shit. Tom, remember we used to have to make Tom wear padded gloves because he punched people in the face for real. That's a true story. People got sick and tired of getting punched in the head by Tom. Me and Artie mostly. So we made him wear padded gloves. Like, put fucking padded gloves on, you dick.
Well, the worker punches are put gloves on.
If you're not gonna fucking throw a work punch, at least pad your hands.
Oh shit.
But you know what though? That made you a man. Like, it made you tough. Because you're like, all right, well now I can take a punch. I can take a hit. I'm not a pussy. I'm not gonna cry. And he never like bludgeoned eye, gave black eyes or anything like that. It wasn't like that bad. Just, give you a nice tap on the face, let you know you were there. I'm publicly calling out Brandon to get a COVID-19 test. Kevin Cerruti.
If I could, I don't have health insurance, so I'm just naturally this pale and sickly look. I assure you.
Tom hit like a pussy. Wow, shots fired by Cerruti. I don't know about that. Tom hit pretty hard. Bullshit. I recorded a few videos in Middle Village. You're right. I forgot about that shit, Gil. My brain is mush. You're not wrong there.
Does he get residuals for recording?
I know. What are you getting? Camera residuals for being a cameraman?
What's that? That's not. That's. I don't know what kind of business.
If that's the case, I owe a lot of people money. I'm never gonna be able to find
touching my face. I'm broke as shit.
I'm broke as shit. I don't wear a suit. I have kinky sex, and I have tried drugs. Oh my god.
Oh, excuse me.
Kevin don't want this smoke. I like how we're on the cusp of rebirthing an old MVW feud.
Uh-oh.
KC5 versus J1s.
Uh-oh.
A duel to the death.
I mean, you have the ring. And you did want to set it up.
I do.
Don't talk him into it, guys. He will do it.
Lately, I've been wanting to. I've been wanting to set my ring back up. It's in pieces right on the side of my house.
What do you need?
So, I don't know who Tommy Callahan is, but if he wants to figure out who the greatest champion is, we'll set this fucking ring up and we'll have a tournament of all tournaments like Mortal Kombat right here. We'll call it the COVID-19 Invitational.
Social distance mania. Oh, we're taking a big old hit. I wonder why he went silent. Do you think Owen Hart faked his own death? No, most definitely didn't.
I like to think that Chris Benoit was murdered by the Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah, go into this theory. This is good.
Tom Jones, I publicly challenge Kevin Cerruti. Full contact, no gloves.
Jeez, at least tape your hands.
Queensberry rules? Is that what that was called?
Yeah, like, don't go full bare knuckle.
I miss No Mercy, Tom. Is it true MBW had scripted matches? That couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth, Tom. Everything was real. We fought with weapons and knives, and no one survived. We were barely able to walk out of there.
No, some things were heavily scripted.
The Dungeon of Doom. Like, think of this, boys. I'm going to paint this picture for you, all right?
Tom was here for this.
Yeah. I'm going to paint this picture for everybody in the room right now. It's a quiet Saturday evening in Atlanta, Georgia. The Benoit household, nothing can be more soothing. Benoit's outside enjoying a nice glass of Merlot, watching Daniel play, while his wife, Nancy Benoit, washes the dishes in the sink. Next thing you know, she looks up, and there he is in the fucking window. The Yeti! Huh? And he reaches in the window, and he grabs her.
The Yeti!
And he grabs her, and he pulls her out through the window. Next thing you know, the fucking Dungeon of Doom is coming over the walls. And here comes fucking Kevin Sullivan. And he goes, grab him right now, Jimmy. And Jimmy Hart's all nervous because he doesn't want nothing to go down. He goes, I don't know about this, man. I don't know what's going on. What are we going to do here? And he's like, nah,
I don't know about this, Kevin.
I'm going to string up this motherfucker. Good days. Tom Jones was a glorified stuntman. Maybe. Maybe. he's a big Hillary supporter. Who is? Tom Jones? Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know if you want to go down that road.
Yeah.
Castor Troy. I don't know who Castor Troy is.
Apparently, somebody who really likes 1990s movie classic Face Off.
Was all name, no skill. Clearly, these are all friends of Kevin Cerruti. He's all just jumping in. Bah, 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 bah. Got nothing to do during the lockdown. I appreciate all the views, though, fellas.
It counts as views. I don't give a shit. Boosts up the numbers either way. I still don't know what the fuck I want to play. Tom, you want to play some Call of Duty? Let me...
He did. Usually landed on me, buddy. KC5 did sell tickets. KC5 was one of the great mic men in the business. He was. Tom Jones tried to push Merch once. He came up with one gimmick. He was Dr. Jones. Lasted for 2 weeks. Rudy put him in a coma with a concussion. That was the end of it. We had many of those, off the wall gimmicks.
Well, I was telling Malik. Malik didn't know about Lester the.
Well, that was a short-lived gimmick because we were making fun of Nick Impact.
It was a random jobber.
Yeah.
Random jobber character that had.
And he had like weird sex stuff, so we were like, "Go wear that," and he did.
Go wear in short shorts.
Yeah. It was crazy, man.
The things we got away with. I mean, granted, there was like 12 people in the crowd, but whatever. Couldn't get away with that now. I mean, Warzone's fun. Warzone's free.
If you're asking a serious question about MVW, it didn't dissolve. It just it became too. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It became very political in a sense of there was other wrestling promoters trying to bury me in terms they were calling a commission on me a lot when I tried to run in New York. I tried to run an actual show in the Bronx. And people were calling mad commissions on me for no reason because they didn't like how I did business, but they didn't even know me. So it didn't really dissolve. Just came to a point where I didn't want to deal with no more bullshit in professional wrestling because it's a bunch of babies. So I walked away. It did go downhill when Greco joined. Greco's a terrible human being and a horrible professional wrestler. I'll agree with that 100%.
There's a correlation between that, yeah.
Cerruti does have a huge ego. That's why Cerruti has to have a huge head. It's got to carry that fucking ego. You can't not have a huge ego and not have a massive head. It's got to go hand in hand. I think personally. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Is anybody fucking behind the scenes? I mean,
but if they were gay because back when we were wrestling, women weren't the way they are now. I wish there was all these women wrestling back then and in it like they are now.
I'm trying to think of the women that we had in the room. I mean, Greco was fucking Sam at the time.
Ida Marie.
Yeah, no
Ida
one.
Marie and
someone.
Desiree.
I'm sure someone was fucking the both of them, but it was none of us. I fucked one of our fans. Yes.
I wouldn't take credit for that.
I was the second.
Would Vince McMahon walk away? Listen, don't compare me to Vince McMahon. I don't have the money of Vince McMahon, bud. Jimmy, I did bury Greco.
Oh boy.
I did.
Now it's a party.
100% fact. I told Greco's sister I gave
Was.
I offered her $10 to smack Greco right in front of her. She did it, and then I refused to pay her the money. That's a true
You
story.
million, you $1 million mander.
Yeah, I did. Like Sean and the British Bulldog. Yeah, man. You know what's funny to me is Castor Troy or Tommy Callahan is either Bruno or somebody else, and they just don't have the balls to come out and say it. Guys,
Yeah,
you don't have to come
I
up
know.
with an assumed name and try and
I
like,
know.
this is all jokes, man. I'm smoking weed. I'm having fun. We're not fucking around. I don't give a shit. Kevin Cerruti brings up wrestling stories from fucking like 15 years ago when I got mad at him because of stupid Chris Caden's fucking blog talk show. Like, guy, it was 15 years ago. I was taking wrestling too seriously, and I wasn't smoking weed.
For sure weren't.
Okay, yes, I am greater than Triple H, Jimmy. Thank you.
And you didn't have to marry the boss's daughter.
Yeah. Tony Klanz was not the Vince Russo of MVW. You fucktard. I was more like.
Would that be me? Would I be the Vince Russo?
No, there was no. Well, there was a Vince Russo, I guess. If you talking about like bad ideas,
Manny?
maybe.
Was Manny the Vince Russo of it?
I would say that.
Like,
I
like always trying to get his ideas over.
Cerruti, even you don't agree with that. Even you don't agree with that. Ah, I didn't say Debo's name. Dick. Boo! You got caught. You sick bastards. I love both of you. I love all you guys. You think I can't? I have a great time here right now.
We're all fucking locked in the fucking
I know.
house. Well,
This is how I know you guys are fucking bored, because you're sitting here right now just listening to me drone on about nothing. I love you for it. Oh my god. You can't say buried because we weren't like a company then. We were just a bunch of young dummies wrestling in a playground, Jimmy. Now, that's not burying John Orlando. That was beating the shit out of John Orlando. I was there for that too, bud. It was impressive.
Was there like beef, or did you just like straight up like beat the shit out of him?
You would have to ask Tom Jones. Tom Jones just didn't like him. I mean, John Orlando was annoying to me too.
Okay, he was the annoying kid, and
he had a mouth on him. So Tom always felt that it was his
his duty to put people in check.
Yeah, to put people in their place, and I agree.
The enforcer.
Yeah. No, Gil, you've never seen what Tom did to John Orlando. Like, it was pretty fucked up. Yeah, even Tom, that was a rough one. Yeah, even Tom says it. It was. Listen,
we were gonna do it.
Listen, I don't know if you're kidding or not, but I'm trying to actually sell that as a book idea. So it's not like a bullshit idea, but I needed to make that in terms to create a proof of concept, so no one stole the idea from me. So, I mean, if you want to make fun of it, you can make fun of it all you want, because I make fun of it too. It's a swords and sorcery story, and yes, did I dress up like in armor and swords? Yes. Did I have fun? 100%. Would I do it again? In a fucking heartbeat. But
yeah.
It's an idea that I'm trying to sell, so I'm not ashamed of it at all, guys. I love it.
You know, God forbid, you try and make something.
No, I get it. That's Debo ribbon. I get it. You're ribbon, man, bro. How often do you see your friends sitting upstate, dressed up like fucking medieval warriors? Like you don't really see that all that often. So when you see it, you want to give your friends a little shit. I get it. No big deal.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, where's my lighter?
Just a false finish fan and need Rancor too. Well, I appreciate that, bud. But
Middle village.
That first thing wasn't even done, so technically I have to finish that before I even get to a second Rancor.
Yeah, it was only like 2 minutes.
It was only 2 minutes of a scene that I guess I just had to create a proof of concept. So. Tom Jones sucks. Ooh, man, shots are being fired right now by Kevin Cerruti.
Now they've turned on each other.
Fight me.
They've
bitch.
stopped. They've stopped tying us. Now they've turned on each other.
Tom's liable to get in the car and drive an hour and a half to fight him too. I'll kick your ass.
I keep scratching my face. It's like, can't help it.
Johnny O, sick liar. That's a fucking fact. You are not wrong there, buddy. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Like, listen, I'm trying to sell as many ideas as possible to people. I'm trying to meet the right people. You know who I discovered? You guys know him too. Is that Chris Distafano, whatever his name is, the comedian? They all know him. They like know him personally because he went to Christ the King. That guy's really fucking funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, I watched the History Hyenas, their podcast, him and Yamas Pappas. And I didn't realize like how funny he was. And then I saw like some of his stand up on YouTube. He did like the 9/11 story he told when he got kicked out of school and shit. And I didn't realize like, how funny he was. I was like, holy shit, that guy's real funny.
He's a funny kid. He's a funny dude. Can't say kid. He's like, need more.
I want nudity too. I am not going to disagree with that, Mister.
and somebody said we wanted softcore. And like, why go soft? Go hardcore.
Why would we go softcore? We're going full penetration.
Full penetration.
And then the movie's just going to kind of end. It's going to have no ending. I'm gonna walk
full
in,
penetration.
I'm gonna walk in, have sex with my girl, full penetration, bust skulls, come back, full penetration, bust some more skulls, full penetration, and then the movie's just gonna end.
No condoms, neither. Just like
busting nuts all day.
Busting nuts all day. Oh fuck.
Full blown.
Full blown fucking like
full blown.
Like Brown Bunny.
Like Nick Bannon, busting fucking loads all day. How are you guys feeling about no sports on TV? You guys must be fucking just ripping your hair out. Like Jesus Christ.
Dude, like I said, I was excited for esports. Legit excitement.
I heard Tom Jones takes 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. They have turned on Tom Jones.
Wow. Hate to see it.
Tom Jones, once a historic figure in Middle Village Queens, now laughingstock.
Wow. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. What was once a promising story?
Once or twice. Guys think Chris is funny?
I mean, he's getting paid.
Is in legit. I think he's very funny. Like I think he's like seriously a fun. Like he was on. I was watching. Cause I since we're locked down, I'm watching a lot of different podcasts. So I got into that fucking Asian Bobby Lee, his podcast, Tiger Belly.
It's weird. That's very weird.
Yeah. Like you know what it is? I don't know. I'm not even gonna get taxed. I'm gonna sound mad racist, but. He was on that. Chris Distafano was on it, and he was like really just was like knocking him out of the park. They were just like not even setting him up too. He was just it's that New York attitude. I noticed all the New York guys they have on it, like Andrew Schultz too. He was really fucking funny. But it's just like I guess West Coast people don't understand like the New York like it's like a New York thing. You know when you start speaking.
You said Andrew Schultz.
Schultz was his name.
Yeah, the redheaded guy.
No, that's Andrew Santillo.
Oh.
Who's another funny fucker.
Yeah.
Tommy Callahan blows him weekly. Well, listen, he's a funny guy. He is a funny guy. And now he's starting to kind of take like all comedians I noticed just follow the Joe Rogan fucking format. Go up on stage, be funny, and then just start a podcast. Like that's it.
They just don't have the UFC job to fall back. Actually funny. Kevin, you could do stand up.
Yeah, Rudy, you should do stand up.
You could do stand ups. Like why don't you? You just like sit here and rip on yourself.
Yeah, Rudy,
and rip on people.
Rudy, I'm telling you, you were a great stick man in the game in wrestling. You knew how to work a microphone.
I used to fucking write jokes for me.
Put him microphone
Shit.
in front of Cerruti, man, he would get in front and people wouldn't bother. And it didn't matter how many people were there. No matter if it was 2 or 12, because we didn't get that many people in MVW. Boom, psst, yes, riff on myself.
Yeah, what do you think the biggest house we ever drew? Did we get 20 people in the Ace Arena?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When we did November Rain, the very first time, we had 60 people.
Okay.
And then we did. Like,
How many of those tickets did Dave Potter give away, though?
It didn't matter because the tickets he gave away, nobody showed up. None of his people showed up. That was why I was mad at him. Because he gave the tickets away and his people still didn't show up. I think he's funny. I think he's got like a certain sense of humor. And if you could make a room laugh the way he did, then technically, even though the two is because you guys know him, you don't think he's funny because you see right through the shtick. I've never met him, so all I can judge is based on what I've seen on a small sample size. I've never actually seen like a full set. I saw 2 jokes that he's made, and then I heard him on a podcast where he was with 2 other comedians that were bouncing shit. So it wasn't like it was just him. But he was able to. He had good comedic timing from what I saw. Now I'm saying like I'm some kind of comedian. I'm a fucking nobody. I'm sitting in my room smoking weed. But from what I saw, he's
student of the game.
Hey, made me laugh.
Student of the game.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Student of the game.
I don't know, dude. I feel like Rico. If I was put me in the game. I could throw a football.
Clear over those mountains.
Yeah. He's no Norm Macdonald. Well, not many people are, Jimmy.
No.
Yeah.
I still laugh at Norm Macdonald's SP.
Yeah, a lot of people like Nick.
Like that was legendary.
Norm Macdonald's an acquired taste because he's so fucking dry. You don't know if he's like serious. Like what?
You don't know if it's a joke or not, or if he's actually.
Because he never breaks.
What?
He just stares at you. He's like, yeah, right.
And the OJ material SNL was great too.
I appreciate that, but the fact that he was able to make a failing TV show.
Yeah, I'd chew my fucking.
Yeah. If I could have one shot at a TV show, I'd be very fucking happy. A development deal of any kind would make me happy to pick it.
I would literally 127 with my arms off for a development deal. Just so I didn't have to fucking work my shitty job.
We all got it, though. He's not funny. I'm fucking weird making fantasy Swords and Sorcery films.
I'm playing video games on the internet, buddy.
Cerruti's getting more vodka.
Oh, boy.
We all got our thing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's just like fucking... It's crazy to see like WrestleMania and like the Royal Rumbles on television right now.
Is it? Oh, man. I was going to watch it, but I'd rather do this instead.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble is on FS1 right now. Started at 7. It's almost over.
Are they going to correct Kevin Dunn's incredible botch of Edge's?
Yeah, they already fixed that. Because I saw that when they aired the Royal Rumble match itself on Raw when this shit first happened. And they fixed that problem. I gotta be quite honest with you. I didn't care. Like Edge went down. I see all these people go, "Oh my God, Edge!" Like, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's not a surprise if like the internet had for
not
like,
even that. It's just like I never was into Edge anyway.
A week before, I liked him.
I remember when he was sitting on the thing after WrestleMania 14, and I'm like, "Who is this schmuck?" And then he had the music. You think you know me? You think you know me? You think you know me? I don't know you, and I don't want to know you. Shut the fuck up.
He was part of Kevin Gennadi's favorite stable of all time.
Listen, wrestling does suck. WWE might be the worst it's ever fucking been. Like I can't watch it. I can't. It is.
I just can't watch like all of the content.
Because when you're begging Goldberg to come back and win your belt, you got a serious fucking problem. You got a serious problem when you're begging Goldberg to come back. And you're begging The Undertaker, who can barely fucking... He's too busy taking pictures in pools with tigers. You're telling him to come back out of his fucking retirement. Now he's hanging out as the Ghost Rider. Mr. fucking regular short jacket with the hat. Like, rest in peace, but I'm not really dead anymore. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Can't really do any of this satanic shit anymore.
inadvertently buries the company on Monday, but nobody says anything. He says, AJ, yeah, you did. That's right. You were too much of a pussy to come fight me 15 years ago because you couldn't hang with me, Austin, and The Rock, and this guy. But, yeah, but now all the guys that were there 15 years ago fighting AJ are all in WWE now. So you're basically saying that the WWE is dog shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But to say it out loud on the show is a little fucked up.
You're deep diving there, but
That's all I'm saying. It's terrible.
a little bit.
I mean,
It's a little
think
bit
about
of a deep dive.
He
that
said
one.
no, but he said you weren't man enough to come here. You were too busy in being a big fish in a small pond, fighting nobodies. He like said,
Yeah, he's basically just saying WWE is a small
no,
or
he
a
was talking,
large ocean full of small fish.
He was talking about TNA,
Right.
but about why
And how much of the TNA roster is now currently in WWE?
exactly
So now it's a large ocean filled with small fish.
like guppies is what you're saying.
I guess that's the analogy he was trying.
And then this idiot,
Or-
you see, like
Or
everybody.
you were trying to make for him.
Everybody's talking about this idiot. First off, like I don't even know if I know you don't watch, but the Street Profits are their name. Is that their name? The Street Profits.
I've watched like them do promos and stuff like that, and I thought
they're dog shit. They're not good. This one guy is a ripoff of The Rock. He's a ripoff of The Rock. That's what he is.
I mean, if you're gonna rip off anybody, you might as well off.
He's the worst.
You know, one of the best of all time to ever do it.
I wonder who the biggest thought in wrestling is right now, Jimmy. I wonder. I always ask myself whenever these girls come out. I always ask myself like I wonder who is like the biggest whore. I always think Carmella because she just looks like she has that like stench of whore on her. But sometimes I think that there might be like low key ones that they like act like they're all like innocent.
I like the John Jones coward. Hey, pussy, you still there? I like that. Shout out to John Jones getting out of not going to jail.
That guy.
Getting out of going to.
That guy can never
Dude.
stay out of trouble.
They found him with a gun. I don't know if it was loaded or not, but they pulled him over with like a gun and shit in the car. Yeah, it's not good.
Jimmy, if I had to guess, I'd say the biggest pig is Carmella.
I don't know, man.
You like them thick women, Rudy? Big, nice, thick. Nia Jax. Ah. It's nice and thick. I wonder what her vagina smells like. Ugh. I said something racist yesterday about Oscar. I asked if her pussy smelled like kimchi, but it was the wrong Asian because it was Korean,
Yeah,
not Japanese.
Korean.
I should have said sushi.
Sushi or sashimis
Those were shimis, yeah.
or like some sort of beef product
I messed up. Man, I messed up.
or wasabi. That's what you should have said.
Wasabi. Is that porn
Because
from
her
her
pussy
eyes? She
smell-
has all like green. And she goes, she's like, shut up. But it's funny to me, so I can't say don't shut up.
Yeah, I think that's what she should have been doing from the jump. Like,
Yeah.
just like I can't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying. What are you saying? That or like give her like Sonny Ono.
John Jones is a god. Gets out of a loading. I couldn't agree more.
agree.
Wrestling is better with steroids. You're right. You're right, Jimmy.
I think everything is better with performance enhancing drugs. Just like use it across the board.
If everybody's using it, who cares?
Yeah.
Especially for
Like I would be.
You know what's funny is you're quick to say professional wrestling isn't real, but then like you won't let them just take steroids.
Yeah, you have to like
Well,
you have
steroids.
like the fake drug policy,
Yeah.
alleged drug policy.
He's like this like Matt Riddle. Like he left because he couldn't smoke weed, right? Or some shit.
Yeah, and then I guess like he has the deal in WWE where he
Yeah.
just like
He was probably like, "Hey, bro, I'll sign,
Um,
but I need to smoke weed."
I'm just gonna take that. You're just gonna have to fight.
Mhm.
Jacket. Cause I ain't stopping.
Like I said, people are funny to me. They're like, "Oh my God, Edge is back," and I was just like, "Man, I couldn't care less if I tried."
That's the bar we're setting now. Like Edge.
That's what I'm saying. You're scrambling about what is next, Simon Dean? You know, who are you
trying to
bringing
think
back
of-
now? Hurricane?
I'm trying to think who would retire. Matt Hardy again after.
I know,
Run.
because that shit didn't even work this time. At work 2 minutes. And it was funny. They were like, ban it. The crowd went bananas for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, it's the Hardys. They're back. Right?
Because they wanted him to do. They wanted him to do Broken Matt. And
all right, then we'll do Broken Matt. We'll call him Woken. We'll call Woke Matt Hardy. Then he goes, yeah.
But by the time they were able to do that, nobody gave a shit.
Nobody gives a shit. That's what I'm saying. WWE sucks.
He needs War Machine. I think he officially retired.
Who's War Machine?
Josh Barnett, Bill's friend. Yeah, I think he just retired officially.
Doesn't Josh Barnett commentate that Japanese wrestling?
He used to. It's no longer on Access. I think.
Oh no.
It hasn't been on Access for like at least a year.
Why?
Impact is owned by the same company that owns Access.
Oh. So they're like, fuck you, New Japan. We don't need you anymore.
Yep. So they're like, hey, we don't need 2 wrestling shows. Especially when one wrestling show is significantly better than the wrestling own.
That is true. TNA sucks.
See you later, bye.
TNA sucks. You know what was funny to me is what's her face is hot though.
Oh, War Machine. Oh, that's the guy. Is that the guy who beat the shit out of fucking War Machine? I'm fucking stoned. I'm fucking forgetting people. War Machine was the dude that beat the shit out of. Did he beat the shit out of the porn star? I forget what her name is.
Oh, so you're saying that he was a guy who beat the shit out of a woman?
Yeah, he was an MMA fighter. Beat the shit out of his porn star girlfriend. War Machine. I just see it's the weed. I remember things.
I got you now.
War Machine. He legally changed his name to War Machine. Like Warrior.
Christy Mack's boyfriend, not Josh Barnett.
Yes, there you go. Christy Mack was her name. Thank you very much. Josh Barnett is the War Master. Yeah. It's the war.
It's more like TN Gay. See what I did there?
Ba 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 da ba.
Christy Mack is so gross to me.
He fucked her up though. Like
he beat her ass. Like ba 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 ba.
He beat her face.
Keep fucking those black dudes. Ba 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 ba.
He beat her face and body.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, bitch. Ba 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 ba. Keep fucking. Ba ba ba.
He fucked her.
Huh?
He fucked it. He fucked her up pretty good. Yeah.
You're gonna let Rocco Siffredi fucking fuck your mouth. You bitch. How does that feel? How does this feel? You feeling good? You feel my dick? Bitch.
Yeah, he fucked her up pretty good.
He did. But you know what? Sometimes they might deserve it. No one ever asks what happened.
No, well, I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's definitely was probably on something.
Oh, see? Well, she was cheating on him. Thank you, Jimmy, for clearing it up.
Oh, was she? Oh. Yeah, dude. Some dudes just snap, man. Some dudes just snap, and I don't think that's an excuse for beating the shit out of her. You know, for sure he couldn't control himself.
You cheating? What? What was his name? I don't care.
Yo, he just went like Kill Bill mode and just like.
Yeah. He just saw like a woman-shaped punching bag, and he was just like, what? Drills.
Oh.
What a whore.
That's the job though. It's the world's oldest profession.
Let me tell you something.
I don't have coronavirus.
Let me tell you something.
Coronavirus!
If
I want that drop so badly.
If you started dating her knowing full well she was a porn star, then you should have expected that she loved you.
Yeah.
Like, she's technically cheating on you, but it's her job, so.
Yeah, like you don't expect the normal relationship when you like get involved with those girls. Like you have to like have some moral flexibility.
That's like if tomorrow I started dating Riley Reid, but then I got mad that she just got slam crushed by 12 black dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I know
or you're surprised. You're surprised.
You know?
Or you're surprised.
She's a professional whore. That's what she does. Fucking dirtbags. God, Jesus. Yeah,
Hi guys.
I can respect the job that you do when you fuck dudes, but I can also call you a whore for it.
Well, I mean, you have a certain
Yeah.
sensibility to you.
Jimmy Mooney is telling me right now, he fucked the guy up too. What a man. It was
Yeah,
like,
they have a real strong moral code. Trained to eat the shit out of people.
you know what's sick though? He was just like,
You know, like guys like
I gotta-
George St. Pierre
I have to tip my
that are
cap.
like martial
I
artists.
have to tip my cap to War Machine because he was probably like, you know what? It takes two to tango, so I'm gonna kick both your asses.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He could have fucking killed them both.
He could
OJ.
have. He could have. Like, oh my god, Jesus. He would have definitely gotten away with it. 'Cause
And he could definitely, he couldn't afford.
no,
God, he wasn't rich.
okay.
Like those guys are not rich. Like she was definitely the breadwinner in that relationship.
They're that poor.
Like most top line UFC fighters get like 10 grand per, and then it's up to, unless you're like on a big pay per view that and like a main event, then it's like maybe like 50, and then it's bonuses based on performance. Like if you win the fight of the night, knockout of the night, whatever. But those guys don't get paid a lot of money unless they're like Conor McGregor or Ronda Rousey type.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not. They're not getting bank. That's why the Reebok deal was such a big deal, because they could supplement their fight income by selling ad space on their trunks and shit like that. And Reebok was just like, no, we can't do that anymore. And then they didn't get any nearly comparable residuals back from that deal to what they would have lost in sponsored income revenue. Yeah, man. That Reebok deal fucked them. I don't know if that's like a thing either. I think that's coming up soon, I think.
Yeah, see, look.
The headliners make 200-300 grand. Like, yeah, like the upper echelon guys, like John Jones, like the champion type guys. You got to be main eventing a pay per view.
You're saying that this
that
guy that beat the shit out of Christy Mack wasn't making.
was not getting that kind of money. No, he was getting at most maybe 10 grand.
He beat his ass.
At
So he was,
most. I don't even think he was in the UFC. I think he was in like one of the smaller promotions too. So he was getting even less.
He beat his ass first, so he was. He had to be somewhat tired.
Porn stars don't make money either. No, unless it's the upper echelon girls.
Yeah, I thought women make more money than guys though, porn, right?
For sure, yes, but it's not like there's no like multi-million-dollar porno deals. Like at most, they're getting like a couple $100,000 at most, and that's like the 1% top line, like AVN models, like AVN award winners. What she did was yeah, I guess. But then again, she might not have been quite at that.
So they were making about the same, because Tom just said about $3 to $5 grand at most War Machine was making.
UFC 50 Brennan versus coronavirus. I would win. I have a strong immune system.
I'm telling you.
I don't leave the house though. Like, how would I get it?
Christy Mack. Yeah, like I said, I left the house, and my job has it. They have it at my job. People leaving. They're sending them home. I wonder how bad it like. I wonder if they're gonna clear this shit up. When?
2 months, a month. I don't know.
What sucks is, like I said, I gotta now submit this other shit for my school just to get it,
Just to pass.
It's annoying, but whatever. I want to be done with it. You understand me? Done with it.
I still think you should do the graduate Boner Jams poster.
I'm gonna try.
I really like that idea a lot.
Boner Jams is in peril. It's a serious.
You might have to move it back, but they've already moved back Wilder Fury, so like we're not beholden to that date anymore.
I hope Kevin gets it. He says. Four male porn stars fight the wage gap. They should get paid as much as the women. You shouldn't have to get pegged in the ass to get as much as a woman.
Or like, or sucks.
A male porn star literally has to get fucked in the ass to make as much as a
Yeah,
woman.
no.
That's crazy.
But like they gotta do like the work schedule. Like how many do they have to like work in? They gotta work in 300 movies a year at least.
Yeah. They really got to work on their back, you know.
Their back end, their downside. If you really say their back end, that probably means something completely different, given that line of work.
Yeah, they do. They get paid mad money just to get fucked in the ass. That's why Lars Sullivan started there. He was like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy."
Again, I want to say we have a uncomfortable amount of that.
How many views does it have?
I haven't seen, but it's like we could get the same amount if we got like 10 seconds of it. Like
I'm just saying.
it goes.
Fuck my ass, cause I need to make money, baby.
What's crazy is that WWE got through WWE's radar.
Well, you know, they have bigger fish to fry right now, like the coronavirus.
Well, that was like a year ago
I hate
or
that
some
fucking-
shit, wasn't it?
I hate that fucking woman.
9 months ago. I don't know.
I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. This made this a very good stream.
Made it tolerable.
I guess we might have to do this tomorrow.
I say we should do it every night until
Until
it ends.
I say I want to orchestrate this in America. It probably won't happen, but I would love to orchestrate this. When they lift the ban,
Go on.
everybody at the same time plays electric orchestras, Mr. Blue Sky.
Okay.
We all come out aside together and dance to that song. Now that would never happen. But that should
No.
happen because it would be.
Well, I mean, we got like people got hands across America to work,
That's
so
what I'm saying. We bond everybody together.
But
You don't have
no
to dance,
reason
you don't have
why
to dance
that.
to it. You don't have to dance to it, but just play it when you the first time you come out of your house. Could be on your iPhone, could be
On your speakers, in your headphones.
Just like, you know what? Thank God, Mr. Blue Sky's back.
I mean, the blue sky's back. We can just go out and enjoy it.
Yeah. Ugh, fucking A.
Oh, ho hum.
Yeah. 72 minutes.
Very nice. Pretty good.
Pretty good, fellas.
Pretty good.
Kept us entertained. Drew McIntyre, just no. Wait a minute, the Royal Rumble's still going on right now. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Are they gonna air it again? Is it like
It's Seth Rollins,
Look at-
Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns, and Edge, and Randy Orton. Those are the last guys.
those were the final four?
Final five.
Oh.
Seth Rollins is there. Seth Rollins. I like how everybody's sucking Drew McIntyre's dick now. Like,
I mean, he earned his spot,
he
like,
didn't
for sure.
change anything about his gimmick.
He got much in better shape, for
He
sure.
just got bigger. That was it.
He got in much better shape, that's for sure.
He didn't change anything else.
No, nothing about how he worked, nothing about
Yeah,
put
no.
on black. He put on black tights instead of
Yeah.
like white tights with the blue with the Scottish
With the
like
Scottish
flag.
Yeah, with the Scottish flag. Now he just wears black tights and he comes out to a much harder song instead of that stupid.
It's not stupid. It's not. It's a good song. Good song.
Out of time, so say goodbye.
Who is it that said that so they should induct Saliva into the WWE Hall of Fame just by?
I can understand. I can understand that.
Yeah, if we're putting celebrities in, like, that's.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean,
I love how we said we wouldn't talk about wrestling, but we spent the podcast talking about
well,
wrestling.
because I just happen to look at on my television right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
The Royal Rumble's on. I was watching Skip and Shannon before I came out here.
Skip.
Yeah, I like when they argue from there.
Are they remote? Are they remote?
They're at their houses. Yeah. They don't have Jenny Taft in between now. It's just that. It's just Skip. Skip is hosting the show.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
All hands on deck.
And then it goes to Colin Coward live from he says a radio station, but I think it's just this garage with a fucking Fox banner. He goes, welcome to Fox Studio.
He has no producer in his ear or nothing.
Yeah, Robert Goulart. And then what's her face is at her house. And then
Miss,
The Michael K show is funny because they're all at their house. I like that Don
yeah.
McGregor keeps putting like action figures. And
He's like, yeah, he's putting like it's Antiques Roadshow.
Did you see Tony Schiavone's house?
Yeah, I saw that a while ago.
That was cool. I never knew that about. I didn't know that about him. That
He's a big nerd. He's
yeah,
a big
I
nerd.
never knew that about Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Schiavone. I didn't know that about Tony Schiavone. You know what annoys me about Edge? He was kind of promo yesterday. He always does that fucking Edge, and he like does that like intense when he's not.
Yeah, he starts shaking.
Yeah, when he's not screaming, but he's
eyes wide, but like very.
He's talking sternly. He's like, "This is not gonna be a regular match. This is gonna be a last match standing match." Like, I like, shut up. God, you're so annoying.
They're overdoing. They're overcompensating because there's going to be no fan reactions.
Roman Reigns was like, "I'm out. I don't feel good." Wait, Roman? Nah, I don't feel good.
Yeah, no. You mean I got to get on a plane?
Cesaro was like, "I don't feel good neither. You're not booked. I don't feel good."
Okay, good. I don't really kind of feel like standing around in the back.
I don't feel good.
I would too, man.
Dana Brooks like, "Fuck this, man. I don't feel good neither."
We all calling out? They can't do the show without us.
Yeah, we all calling out. Is the senior skip day?
I was like, could you imagine? Like, that's the day the WWE roster called out for WrestleMania.
I read this thing. I don't know if it's true that Brock Lesnar yelled at Vince.
Oh, there's some rumor of that comes.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar Brock Lesnar makes some sort of wild demand before WrestleMania.
They said that Brock wanted to wrestle first because he wanted to go home right after because of the coronavirus.
That sounds sounds entirely plausible.
Vince said no, and he kept them there all day long because of WrestleMania. And they said Brock had enough, and he went up to Vince. He said, "This is bullshit. You don't care about any of these employees. Like basketball, baseball, all these things canceled, and you're still running like a fucking greedy piece of shit." Like he flipped out on him, and he left.
Brock doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, you want to know how Kevin Sullivan killed the Benoits? All right, so the Yeti reaches through the kitchen window and he pulls fucking Nancy Benoit through the window. She was just washing dishes. She wasn't bothering anybody, right? And Yeti goes, he goes, ah, and he pulls it. She goes, Chris.
There was no.
Right? And then Chris turns around, right? And he's sitting there. He's sitting there with Daniel. He's just playing with Daniel on the swing set. And he turns around, and he looks like this, and he goes, Nancy! And he starts to run to the thing. And next thing you know, he gets clotheslined by Ming. Oh no, he gets the fucking thing, the Tongan death grip, and he's like, "Dish, right?" And then the Barbarian comes over the fucking wall, and he grabs the fucking kid like this, and he's holding the kid, and Jimmy Hart comes running in, and he goes, "I don't know, man. I don't know if this is not such a good idea. I don't think you should be doing this, Kevin." And then Kevin Sullivan goes, "Shut up, Jimmy. For years, this piece of shit did this to me. Now it's my turn, right?" And then he just smacks Chris Benoit right in the face, whoosh, right? And then Conan shows up because Conan was in the Dungeon of Doom. So he comes, he goes, "Hola, levato, I don't blah blah blah." And he says this thing in Spanish.
That was a weird one.
I never understood it either. I never understood it, but he had the little Dungeon of Doom patch on his jeans that made him an official member of the Dungeon of Doom. So he comes over and he puts chloroform on fucking Benoit's face, and Benoit's like this, and he's fighting, and he passes out like this, right? And then Daniel's sitting there, go, "Daddy!" And then Kevin Sullivan smacks him like this. He goes like this, right? And the kid falls on the floor, and he goes, "Shut up, you little shit. First them, then you." Then he goes, "Oh, Daddy!" And then Nancy comes out, she's screaming, and Yeti throws her to the floor. He throws her to the floor. That bitch, boom, right on the floor she goes. And Benoit's like knocked out. Benoit can't do anything. He's knocked out. He's just being held up by Ming right now because Ming's got him in that fucking Tongan death grip. Where's he going? Chloroformed and death gripped. Guy's going nowhere, right? So fucking Nancy's on the floor. She's crawling to Daniel. "No, Daniel, no!" And then fucking Kevin Sullivan crawls over. He steps over like this and he goes, "Ha ha ha! Remember these days, Nancy. Remember these days, you dumb bitch." And he drops down. And he gives her fucking crossface, Jimmy. He crossfaces her until she doesn't move anymore. And she stops she's reaching for fucking Daniel. And Daniel's reaching for her, and he's like, "Mommy, mommy!" And then he's fucking can't. And next thing you know, she's just like this, slowly drops the hand. And there's no more. No more breathing. And fucking Jimmy Hart's screaming. He's like, "Oh my God, man! You killed her! I can't believe what you're doing!" And the Yeti's like, "Ha, ha, 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 ha." And Ming is still holding fucking Benoit like, "Ha, ha, 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 ha." And fucking Barbarian and Conan are laughing, "Ah, ha, 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 ha." And he goes, ese, right? Ese vato loco. And then fucking, then fucking Kevin Sullivan goes, "Yeti, take this little shit in the fucking house. And he takes Daniel right by his face, like this, so he can't scream. And he walks him in the house like, right? And then fucking Kevin Sullivan turns to the Dungeon of Doom and he goes, "You take this piece of shit into the basement," right? And they fucking they drag fucking Benoit into the basement of his gym, right? And they string him up. They string him up, all right, with the fucking thing around his neck, right? The towel. They wrap a towel around his neck. They want to make it look like a suicide. Because, they got to make sure everything looks clean, right? And then fucking, they put Nancy in the bedroom. They lay her face down on the floor and they put a button in. And then Jimmy Hart's like, "How are we going to make this look like a fucking accident? I don't know, Kevin." And then Kevin Sullivan goes, "You just shut up, Jimmy." And he smacks him. And he goes, "Let me handle this." And he takes a Bible out of his fucking long black cloak. Because you remember Taskmaster. He is the fucking leader of the Dungeon of Doom. So he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a fucking Bible and he lays it next to Nancy. And he goes, you thought you found God. Well, you found me, Satan. They all start laughing like that at once, right? One after another. And then he walks in, and then Daniel Benoit's just laying on the bed. And he fucking walks into the room, and he goes, "I told you we were going to save you for last, you little shit. Now, Yeti, you and the Dungeon of Doom, go outside, get the car, keep it running. I'm going to make this one quick." And he fucking strangles Daniel with a fucking cord, bro. With a cord, but then he wraps him in the crippled crossface just to make sure. He wants to keep things clean. Then he takes another Bible, he lays it next to him.
And his
right?
father's finisher, too. Wow. The ultimate.
He's got to finish him with the father's finish, because you can't just, nod.
Ultimate finisher.
Crossface, right? So then he goes downstairs. Benoit's just sitting there, and he's being held by Conan and fucking Yeti, right? Now, I know I told to get Yeti to go get the car, but he told Yeti to tell the
shark is dead. The shark is dead.
Now, the shark is not around because the shark was... Now, don't even hit me with Zodiac. Don't even hit me with the Zodiac, Jimmy. All right?
Yes.
Don't.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
I didn't get to the Zodiac yet. All right? But the shark was rejuvenated, and he returned into John Tentna. He became John Tentna, which then led to WWE to then become Golga of the Oddities. So Shark is out. He's not in the Dungeon of Doom. Okay? Now, but the Zodiac, he's driving the car. He's the getaway driver. He's in the car like this with the fucking, I hate the face paint, he had the crazy eyes. He's just like this waiting for them. And the fucking,
yes.
the Dungeon of Doom packs into the fucking, now this is, what I'm picturing is like an 18 van with a big dragon on the side of it for like the Dungeon of Doom. I don't know. That's just a working title. Soft pitch. I'm soft pitching this to you, right? So now, Yeti and Conan has got Benoit like this against the workout machine. Now they start wrapping the cord around his throat, right? And Jimmy Hart is crying in the doorway. He's like, "I can't believe I'm a part of this, man." And then and then Kevin Sullivan goes, "Listen to me, you shit. You went to Hulkamania once. Do I have to send you there again?" And he goes, "No, I swear I'm back. I'm with the Dungeon of Doom, man." And he goes, "All right, if this is too hardcore for you, go to the fucking car, will you? Get out of my sight." And then fucking Jimmy Hart runs at it because he can't watch this. He's seen enough.
The shark was still alive at the time?
The shark
was he?
No, John Tentna was dead. I think he was dead. But even if he wasn't, even if he wasn't, he was Golga. So we disqualify
he was out.
The shark.
Right, because he was
now at this point, he has long been an oddity, walking around with the Carmen doll. He was a fucking oddity. He was no longer in the Dungeon of Doom. He was been absolved. Hulkamania came through. Hulkamania went to a dark place in 1995, but he saved John Tentna, and he turned John Tentna. He set John Tentna free. And unfortunately, John Tentna...
Where the water was not hot.
John Tentna, through the process of going from Dungeon of Doom animal shark to human form of John Tentna, was unfortunately mutated and then became Golga, the oddity. Okay? Okay, this is a soft pitch. Now, I know you just brought up the giant. This is
Russo-esque.
Yes, now you just brought up the giant. I know you just brought up the giant, but there is an answer for the giant. The giant
joined NWA.
The giant left. He turned on the Kevin Sullivan. He turned on them before. So this is no more. The giant was long gone out of the Dungeon of Doom. So now
he should be next. He might be next.
Hold on. Let me get back to this because he didn't finish Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit now is about to get strung up like crucifixion style up on a fucking workout machine. So now Kevin Sullivan looks at him right in the face and he goes, "Remember all those years ago when you said to me, 'I got your girl and I took your pride'? Remember that, you fucking meathead?" And he smacks him. Pop! And fucking Chris Benoit starts to come to. And he goes, "You son of a bitch. I swear when I get out of this, I'm going to kill you." And he goes, "Ha ha 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 ha. Who said you're getting out of this, you fucking retard?" And he goes, "Yeti, End it. And yet he pulls the fucking thing and the weight drops. And fucking Benoit just gets strung up like this. And Conan's looking and he goes, oh, I say this is too hard even for me. And he goes, get out of here then, you fucking Mexican. And he fucking leaves. And then Yeti's like looking around like Yeti's like, whew, this guy's hardcore. I didn't expect this. And he goes, what's wrong with you, you fucking half a retard? You got a problem with this too? Get out of here. And he leaves. And then fucking Kevin Sullivan watches as Benoit, just the life drains. And Benoit's looking at him. And Kevin Sullivan's just watching. And he's like, I hope you remember my fucking face in the afterlife. Remember it. Remember it, you fucking retard. I'm gonna fucking be the one that haunts your fucking dreams. Me, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. Ha 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 ha. And that's the last thing Benoit sees before he fades out. Sullivan walks around the whole house, making sure he cleans all the prints, wiping everything clean, making sure they can...
Fixes the window that they...
Fixes the window. Makes yeah. He has the fucking. He makes this is where Kevin Sullivan's dad comes into the picture, because what nobody knows is Kevin Sullivan's dad used to be a carpenter in a former life, and he showed back up to now fix the window for Kevin. So because we don't want Kevin being tied to any murders. So now he just fixed the window. He gets in the van with Zodiac, Dungeon of Doom, crying Jimmy Hart, Yeti, and fucking strung out Conan. Now up comes Kevin Sullivan to make sure everything's dusted off, nothing's wrong. He gets in the car in the van, and he sits in the van. He turns around, of course, Kevin Sullivan, because he's the mastermind, he's the taskmaster, he gets shotgun, right? Obviously. So everybody's in the backseat. So he gets in his shotgun, he turns around, he looks behind him like this. If any one of you fuckfaces utter a fucking word of this, you're all gonna be buried in the fucking marsh. Come on, let's go, Zodiac. Get this fucking thing. Kick this fucking mule. And he puts his foot up like this on the fucking dash like a G. And he reaches back and fucking Ming hands him a beer. He cracks that shit. He puts on fucking some Leonard Skinner, and he just blesses that shit. And they just drive off into the next town, Dungeon of Doom style.
I picture Kevin Sullivan's Postman or a Zeppelin guy.
All right, how about this? He puts on King Diamond. Puts on some King Diamond.
Definitely.
All right,
he's definitely a king.
Puts on some King Diamond. Puts his foot up on the dashboard. Lights a big fat stogie, and gets a fucking gets a natty ice from Ming the Samoan. Cracks that shit and goes, no one ever fucks with the Taskmaster. And he takes a huge
that was the master plan.
That is how I saw this whole thing play out. Now, I could be wrong. This is clearly speculation. I don't know. But everybody who just heard that story, could you not wrap your head around that and believe that for a single second? Wouldn't that story be so much better than a simple murder-suicide? Oh, his brain was applesauce and he had fucking roid rage? No! God!
I know, sometimes
I should create these amazing off-the-cuff stories. Like what would happen with Edge and Lita and Matt Hardy. When all that shit went down, what would have really happened? I should paint that story. Right? What else? Who else has done dirty, gross shit and like
who killed Bruiser Brody?
Who killed Bruiser Brody? I should reenact that. We should reenact all of these things. But the problem is, people like Jim Cornette will get up on his soapbox and goes, "These fucking guys don't understand. They don't respect the business. They're making fun of everything, making light of the situations. Fuck you. Fuck you."
What we should do is we should pitch it to like a professional wrestler who gets stabbed in a locker room at a show, write the spec script for it. And, hey, Dick Wolf, what's up?
Jimmy, exactly. Kevin Sullivan is a mastermind. People don't believe me. He has many factions before the Dungeon of Doom. He's been doing it since the 70s. Okay.
I gotta stand up. Oh.
If anybody worships the devil, it's Kevin Sullivan.
No, he definitely got a lot of his gimmick
from devil worshipping, right? Or at least that kind of stuff.
King Diamond, that prog rock, Black Sabbath, Dio.
Yeah, I am the ultimate in evil. Ha 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 ha. Nancy, suck my dick, will you? That was the 70s. That's when Nancy was sucking his dick, by the way.
No more the 80s.
Late 70s, early 80s. That's when she came into the game.
Really? I thought it was 80s.
Do you know Jim Ross made the best point though about why they won't ever put him or her into the Hall of Fame?
Well, because of what happened.
He said, no, because he says it doesn't. He goes, it doesn't become about the Wrestling Hall of Fame anymore. It becomes about that.
It comes about that.
He said that's why they'll never put them in the Hall of Fame. He goes, that's why.
Yeah.
He goes, so
Which she deserves it because
she deserves. You know what it is? You don't realize what she contributed until you watch
Yeah.
that, and you kind of see like, oh shit, she actually like that New Jack one is on tonight, and I wanted to watch that. Did you see that one clip where he basically said that he hated Vic Grimes and he literally tased him for real? Vic Grimes goes, "Hey,
he's
I
like, I'm
can't."
not sure about this, man.
No, he says, "I can't feel my legs," and and New Jack says, "Doesn't matter, you're not gonna need them," and then throws him off the scaffold. And then they say to him, they say to New Jack, "Were you trying to kill him?" And New Jack goes, "Yeah, I wanted that motherfucker out of the ring. I wanted him to hit the floor." He goes, and then he says, I climbed down that motherfucker scaffolding. I got in that motherfucking ring. I looked at that fat motherfucker and I said, now we even. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
That's some fucking gangster shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody went on some wrestling Facebook and was like, best moments of New Jack. I always says his theme song. That's it.
Oh yeah, Natural Born Killers.
That's it. I said, and you can't even enjoy it on WWE Network because they're not allowed to play that song.
No.
You can't even get that
definitely.
song on iTunes.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's not there. Go look for it. It's not there. I've tried. Go look for the Murder Was the Case soundtrack. Go ahead. It's not there.
Oh, because Death. Well, no, because now Death Row is owned by.
I don't know. It hasn't been there in years. I haven't been able to find that fucking song. That was, like I said, that was my favorite thing of New Jack was his theme song. Because I always knew he was just a crazy black dude that just seemed to like to fight. He wasn't wrestling. He was fighting.
Fucking. I had Alone with My Baby Tonight stuck in my.
When I saw the Tiger King and he was singing his
That's what you thought.
That's all I kept singing. That's all I kept seeing in my head. I can't wait to be alone with my tigers tonight.
They have it.
Remember that?
They have the album.
See if it's on there.
Oh no, sorry, it's.
Yeah.
It's not.
It won't
Sorry.
be on there. Well, they don't because of the name of the song and the song content, which is about killing people.
Hell yeah!
And enjoying it, yeah. So,
They have no Vaseline.
that's what I'm saying. They'll put that up.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that you'll go on like Tupac and they'll have "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker."
You fat motherfucker.
They'll have that song on there.
That's one of the best. Are you kidding me?
And then they'll have Onyx, who one of the lyrics is
How dare you? Don't dare speak ill of Onyx.
Are you kidding me? I'm from Queens. I love that fucking group. It's like my favorite rap group.
It's real hip hop.
So I thought about killing myself today, but I don't think they'll sell weed in hell or some shit like that was the lyric from Last Days. That's a hard lyric, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. Rap is nothing like it used to be. Now you got Post Malone going, eh, 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 eh. Hoo, hoo,
Now it's literally become like. I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah. Eh, eh.
What happened? And we're at that point where Drake is the most dangerous person.
I know.
Or like
Drake of all fucking people.
Who has the most? Who has the most?
Street
I don't know.
That's
That's how out of touch.
Who has the most street cred? Takeshi 6ix9ine because he's in jail.
Because he's in jail. Yeah, and he was riding with that gang.
Remember like back in the '90s where street cred like actually meant something, like to these rappers and shit. And, like if you weren't like if you like were a pussy rapper, they made sure that they like talked about that shit and they called you out.
People forget that Tupac.
Yeah, man.
Not always Tupac.
He was like a poet and shit too, right? Wasn't he?
He was what they would call in the barbershop.
Would you consider him a phenomenal actor?
Phenomenal is a very.
I would say
he was a good actor.
I'd say he didn't have enough time in the game to become. I think he could have been.
He had
some good roles.
He had good parts. Yeah. He had good parts. He was like what was the guy that played Fredo in The Godfather? Like he had like 4 really good bit parts in like some of the greatest movies of all time, and then died.
I don't know who Fredo is. I don't remember.
From The Godfather.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, unpopular opinion. I've only seen The Godfather once.
It's okay. It's
because I can't sit for it. Like I haven't even seen The Irishman because I'm not going to sit for 3 hours. I just can't do it.
Super long.
I couldn't do it during Avengers. Avengers Endgame was annoying to me that it was that long. Like I was just sitting there. Like, could you please Get the fucking stones already. Like, I'm done with this time travel bullshit. I get it. You have to fucking just come on. Enough with this shit. Like, oh
It
my
was
god.
it was long. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, but imagine trying watching like Lord of the Rings extended editions.
I did.
Like those are like
I watched all of them. Yes. Like I was gonna turn on. Can you explain to me how fucking Netflix has the Two Towers and
but
Return of the King,
two,
but not the Fellowship?
but not. Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
Tom, I couldn't agree more. I think The Godfather does suck. I'm not into it. It's boring and fucking long. Like, and I hate I like when people like think that just because you're a movie aficionado, you have to like The Godfather. That's bullshit. You don't.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to like anything you want.
Yeah.
But
You know. Like if I had to pick a mafia movie that I would like actually enjoy, it's A Bronx Tale. I like that film. I like Goodfellas, but I've seen it too many times. Goodfellas is on TV so much that it just
Yeah.
it's oversaturated. Like I can't stand seeing it.
that's what Godfather is like done that too. Like they play
The
edited
problem
versions.
with The Godfather is they'll do that shit where they play all of them back to back on fucking one channel.
HBO did that once.
And it's on all fucking day and shit. It's like, dude.
It was 9 hours.
Yeah. Like enough. Like I didn't like The Sopranos.
I love The Sopranos.
I know, and it was a popular show. I'm not going to take anything away from The Sopranos, but I just wasn't into it.
When they were talking about what Game of Thrones ratings were, I didn't know Game of Thrones got like 20 hours weekly.
Yeah. That shit was popular, man. That shit was popular.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that last season? I never really asked you.
I mean, I liked it, but I was kind of going through a lot at the time.
Yeah. That's why I never asked you.
My reviewing was scary because that was my respite during like the worst time of my life. So
yeah.
I enjoyed watching it, but I don't know. I want to go back when when it's like the anniversary of the show debut.
I agree with Jimmy. Casino is a great movie.
Yes, I'll probably say Casino is probably the best.
That's another really, really good one. And that one is not on very often. So when that's on, I'll leave it on. I'll watch it. You know?
Yeah.
But like Goodfellas and fucking Godfather are so like the two like always on. They're the stereotypical like fucking Guinea fucking mafia movie or whatever. Like I'm just like even Sopranos. Like that's another like every Italian in New York City like, oh, the Sopranos the best you gotta watch. Like in Jersey, like come on.
I mean, not really. Like Italians, I mean,
no, like it became popular with everybody. But if like
came popular with everybody first.
Yeah.
And then like I knew like Italian people that were just we're like you. Like we're not like we're not all like that.
We're not all like that. Yeah.
We're not all like that.
Yeah.
To some degree, yes, but not. You don't have like
we're not
giant family dinners every Sunday are important thing at the Colangelo house.
My father told me a story that I want to put in my comedy act when I finally grow balls and go up on stage. But after hearing Debo and Bruno say how unfunny Chris Stefano is, I might not never go up on stage in front of these guys. I thought he's pretty funny, but I guess they don't think he's funny. I thought he was funny. But my father told me a story about how like a mafia they asked him, they said, have you ever killed anybody? And he said, yeah, I just came out from Vietnam. And they were like, no. Did you ever kill anybody? And he's like for fun? And they go, yeah. And he goes, what the fuck do I look like? And the guy
He's
goes,
like, we got a word for that.
Yeah, he goes, no. And the guy goes, all right, never mind. So that was it. They were going to have him off somebody, essentially. Yeah.
It's wild shit, man. I mean, I just had a member of my family that
my joke for it was is my dad instead decided to have 3 annoying kids instead of being a badass hitman. He decided to have 3 fucking annoying kids.
Or just shooting a guy in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just picture my head. In my head, I picture The Professional. The fucking I forget that actor's name.
Jean Reno.
Yeah, Jean Reno, The Professional. I love that fucking movie.
That is one of my all-time favorites.
Great film. Yes, and that is not on TV nearly enough.
That holds up.
Young Natalie Portman, fantastic. Gary Oldman as a fucking as a heel.
That holds up to this day.
That was a fantastic film. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That movie is still like Easter egg today. People do that. Everyone. Everybody uses that in films and shit like that. That's such like a
and he puts the headphones in and
he Beethoven on. He cracks the pill in his mouth. He puts the pill in his mouth and he cracks it. Because clearly he's got a mental issue. And he's a dirty cop.
He's one of the best actors. For sure. Like, just the versatility of...
You know what I was watching Justice League over the weekend?
Wow.
My two takeaways. One, I want to see the Snyder Cut. And two,
Word.
they should have brought Gary Oldman back as Commissioner Gordon because he was probably the best Commissioner Gordon I ever.
I mean, I didn't like... I didn't hate...
I don't hate the State Farm guy or whatever. The farmer's guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, farmers. Yeah.
I always forget his name. The fucking Aryan from fucking Oz.
I can't remember either because
He's Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
He's good. Like, I like him. He's not bad, but Gary Oldman was a great fucking Commissioner Gordon, man. He was a great James Gordon. You know what show was good? I didn't realize Gotham. When you start to kind of get past that first couple episodes of that first season.
I couldn't.
I know you. What are you, one of those people that was annoyed that they were like, look, here's the Joker.
Look, it's Batman. Look.
Here comes Riddler. The Riddler. Oswald Cobblepot. Yeah, I know. That was annoying to me too. Mad Hatter, Professor Pig, Mr. Freeze.
J.K. Simmons was his name.
J.K. Simmons. Yeah.
It's only slander if you say it. In print, it's called libel.
Oh yes.
Put those.
Vern Schillinger from Oz. Jimmy Mooney knows the character from Oz. Yes, he was badass in Oz, by the way. He's jacked now. You see how ripped he is? Is that a real picture?
He got jacked for.
He looked like fucking.
I think it was.
Mr. Roshi.
Yeah, I think. How he would.
Yeah,
he could pay things.
You put the glasses on him.
He's gotta be short though.
Make him grow that Fu Manchu beard.
Yeah. Get him like to squat down a little bit. Because then the original Dragon Ball,
I'm mad
Roshi competed.
I'm mad that we're not gonna get a Ben Affleck Batman. I really am. I have to watch Justice League.
Well, you know what? I think it was. I think it. What he was going through personal at the time, because he's like, wasn't he like a fucking mess? Like,
I don't know, but I know
he's an alcoholic mess. I think at the time.
I read now on three different things. Three different people have claimed they've seen the Snyder Cut and they're saying that it's absolutely amazing. So I want to see this thing. I'm assuming wouldn't this be the best time to release it during a lockdown?
Yes.
Get everybody ready for the second Wonder Woman. Get everybody talking like the Snyder Cut. But the problem is, if the Snyder Cut is as good as everybody says it is, I think people are going to get an uproar about this Pattinson Batman movie. They're going to turn on it because they'll be like, we want Batman.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Pattinson never Affleck.
Yeah, I like Ben Affleck. I like that. I thought they had the look right finally. He sounded and looked like Bruce Wayne. So because when I saw him in Dawn of Justice as Bruce Wayne, I immediately thought the animated series Bruce Wayne. So I was like, oh shit.
He was in. I finally saw Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
He's always in those.
On Amazon. Well, not always, but because Kevin Smith hasn't put him in any movies very recently. But yeah, I saw that. That was good in the Kevin Smith movie. Kevin Smith's daughter's a pretty good actress. Like she was a surprisingly good part of that movie. Yeah, I don't think I saw Yoga Hosers. But yeah, she was pretty good in it. There were some things that made me.
It's also that your dad is a filmmaker and he could put you in films and
put you in movies and
get your toes wet and get you a mass audience because everybody loves Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
He's on my bucket list of people I want to smoke weed with.
For sure.
5 people I want to smoke weed with.
Snoop
Dogg. Be Real.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Okay, that's we're 3 for 3.
Okay. Kevin Smith.
4.
And either Joey Coco Diaz.
That would be good.
Either Joey Coco Diaz or Rob Van Dam.
I mean, we could do that.
Yeah. I was this close to smoking with Rob Van Dam.
We could have done that at the Civic Center shows.
Yeah, but Matt did. Matt didn't come get us because he's a piece of shit.
That son of a
Matt
bitch.
was too busy starstruck, hanging out with Katie Forbes and her fat fucking ass, smoking weed with Van Damme, talking shit with Jack Swagger, and me and Brandon are in the fucking Civic Center getting shit done. And by getting shit done, I mean sitting at the stage talking to the hurricane.
Talking to the hurricane. That was fun though. I had legit good times. And like, I think Hurricane like was getting like praised by people and it was making him uncomfortable. I'm just like, I mean, they're not wrong. You're all right. Like, I don't say greatest of all time.
Talking to her, people were like, "You're the greatest, man. You're the greatest."
Well done. I'm just like,
I looked at him and said, "Even you don't believe that."
It's like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Even you don't believe that.
I respect you. I respect everything you did, but that's a lofty claim.
Yeah, I don't even think you would.
Top 10. I'll give you top 10.
Top 10.
I'll give him top 10.
Greatest of all time.
Top 10 greatest cruiserweights of all time.
Okay, maybe. Who's number one best cruiserweight of all time? Rey Mysterio Jr.
I was gonna say Liger, but okay.
Nah, Rey Mysterio. He's a second. Would you consider
Liger?
Would you consider him a lightweight? Because didn't he win heavyweight belt?
Yes. Yeah. No. Liger was traditionally or usually, but he like created.
But is he a light heavyweight, or was he like a middleweight, or was he always just a cruiserweight?
They call him refer to him as a junior heavyweight. It's like all technically the same thing.
He's not a cruiserweight. He's a junior heavyweight. That would be the middle, right? The middle ground, right? So he could be the top of that category. But in terms of cruiserweights, you're talking 225 and down.
He was under 220.
Was he?
I think so. Yeah, I think it wasn't until like later, and he was like in his 50s when he put on the weight. Obviously, he might have bulked up to like 230 or something like that. But he generally competed at under 225 most of his career, I think.
Because I would put him at the top.
Liger, everybody copied off of Liger.
Rey Mysterio to me is the best cruiserweight I have ever seen. So to me, number one is Rey. Number two is Liger because I like Liger's style.
I put Rey in the top 2, 3. Yeah.
So Rey's my number one. He's number two. Then my number three would be Dean Malenko.
Yeah, because it was a completely different style.
Because of how technical he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my thing is I won't consider people who transition into the heavyweight like Jericho
and
Benoit.
Yeah, Jericho turned out to be a better heavyweight than he was a cruiserweight.
Guerrero was a much better heavyweight than he was a cruiserweight.
Much better heavyweight. Yeah, because I could watch that.
Yeah, because once Guerrero became like the champion, became a heavyweight. That's when he started getting really good on the mic. Like I mean,
that Guerrero
he was building that
Malenko
man. Yeah, he was building that shit up in WWE. But like when he like wrestled like when he became champion and he started to roll Guerrero, that's when I started to kind of like realize, holy shit, this guy is much better than I ever gave him credit for. You know, and that's when I opened my eyes because like for a while I always just thought of Guerrero as a cruiserweight. Like, guys, this is just that's Eddie Guerrero. It's Latino heat. Like, and then when he won that belt, and I was just like, wow, they must like really because I wasn't watching SmackDown at the time, so
I was not a SmackDown fan either. Adam was the one who really turned me on to it.
I was like, he must have won them over. And then I started to watch because I used to do the joint pay-per-views, so I watched his matches, and then I was like, holy shit, Eddie Guerrero's fucking good. He's much better than I ever thought he was. Like I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
You know, but that goes with like Benoit too, because like the problem with those middle guys for a while you didn't understand that because they were just middle guys, so you just were so used to seeing them in the ring, you just like they were always matched with someone as good or better than them. Like it's Guerrero versus Benoit, Guerrero versus Jericho. So you're just seeing these guys fight guys as good or better than them that you could never see their greatness. It wasn't until Guerrero was given a mic and I saw him
given something just so he could stand out. Because even when he first came to WWE,
and he cut that first promo as a champion on SmackDown. I was like, wow, I didn't know Guerrero could cut a promo like this. And then I started to like kind of see what he was doing. I started seeing the promo packages at pay-per-views, and then that's when I started giving him praise and shit. I was like, oh wow, Guerrero's really good. And then obviously a year and a half later he died. But
well, that's because that's the immense pressure that he put his body under.
Yeah, that happens.
For sure.
You know what I say to like Benoit and Guerrero's, the stories are like crazy because they're like parallel. Like they both died the way
stand up.
But Benoit did it the way the Joker would. Like he had one bad day, which was Eddie's death, and then
just snapped.
Yeah, he spiraled and snapped, and Eddie just went hard until he dropped, like Batman would. So it was ironic to me because like Eddie's wife is alive, his legacy lives on in his daughter now. You know, so like, and Chavo still carries the Guerrero legacy. Like, so it's like Guerrero is looked at as this like angel
name, yeah.
And Benoit's looked at it like as Satan. Devil and shit. It's crazy. When you look at their
Absolutely.
best friends, parallel careers and shit.
Hmm.
Sick, real sick.
Yeah, that Benoit documentary was chilling shit.
No, it was crazy. I love that Dark Side of the Ring show. That Dark Side of the
Yeah,
Ring show.
that's that. Like I've told that to people who aren't wrestling fans. Like, you know, just like true crime and like those kind of
I love
documentaries.
it more now because more wrestling, like Jericho's on it, Jim Ross
Yeah.
is on it. Like these guys are on it, like guys that could really shed light on the story because they were there when the shit happened. Like
Oh yeah.
like this New Jack one, Sandman is on it, Sabu is on. Like guys who were in the locker room and this sick motherfucker was there doing his shit during the height of ECW. These guys
Doing the same sick shit.
Yeah. So like that to me is like really, and there's no filters. They can say whatever the fuck they want. They can really just express themselves. It's not like through the WWE scope and you have to put WWE over. You can't say anything bad, otherwise they can edit it and you have a bad name for yourself and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, they don't bring you back, or they tear up your Legends contract.
yeah, shit like that. Like WWE spiteful. They're like little babies. They're like bitches. It's like get over yourself.
It's definitely politics. Like,
Yeah. It's like I don't like that they talk shit about us. That's it. Erase them. Yeah, erase them from the record books.
we're just gonna, or just what they'll do is they'll just bury them when they're part of the.
Yeah.
Here's every time you ever lost.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Well, it's kind of like what they used to do with when guys were retired. It's like, okay, well, we're not going to ship you out of here on a hot streak. You're putting over everybody we want you put over.
Yeah. The problem with this lockdown is it postponed movies. Like we have to talk about wrestling because that's the only thing that's happening weekly.
Yeah, I want to see the fucking Bond movie. Bond movie was supposed to.
And this may sound crazy, but I was actually hoping that DC was going to release Wonder Woman to stream, but they pushed it back instead.
Those sons of it. Well, because they want to make sense.
I get why they put totally understand, but I really would have that would have been an awesome gift to us for this lockdown because it would have been a superhero movie. Like I would have watched it because there's nothing on, and we could have at least talked about that. Like that would have.
I almost bought Star Wars online, even though it will eventually come to Disney Plus. I'm on this, but like I wanted to watch it, and I was like,
wait, what? Star Wars is not on Disney Plus?
Not on Disney Plus yet. It's usually coming. It'll come on like a couple months after the fact, but like can't wait that.
Oh, you talking about this last one?
The last one that came out, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
it's
on
on
demand or whatever, or like digital.
It's on digital and on demand now. I think IVD and home video already, but like I was like, I'll hold out.
So when they release like the thing, you gonna buy it?
I don't know
if they do. Now
I didn't buy. See, the thing is, I bought Force Awakens the disc because I have every one of them, but I did not buy Last Jedi. So I don't know.
If they were I'm assuming at some point they're going to because it's a money grab. But if they release like a Skywalker saga, comes with like some like special edition thing.
We're going to talk about how much money we're talking about for.
Yeah, like $500.
For $9.
$500 comes with like the Luke Skywalker lightsaber hilt. No full saber, just like the hilt that you could display, and it's just all the movies, and it's got like it's a
movie.
Has a map.
A movie grade quality prop.
Yes,
it's like a
map of Tatooine, like stuff. Kind of because like the Avenger things that I loved, which is I'm upset if what I saw for the Infinity Saga is what it is because it's kind of lackluster. But like the one that came with the orb from Guardians of the Galaxy, the briefcase from the first Avengers, like you would expect
the Tesseract.
You would expect the Infinity Saga for it to just be in like an Infinity Gauntlet. You don't have to wear it. They just be an Infinity Gauntlet, and then you just have like the stones like in a bag and like a nice little canvas bag with like notes on Thanos and the Black Order and shit like that. Maybe some like just reading material and some posters. Same shit they did with all the other ones. I'd buy the shit in a heartbeat, like I did the other two. But from what I saw, it's just like a box thing. It's a bunch of it's just like a big box set, and all the movies are in there. It's just like that. That's it.
No special editions.
No, no like bells.
I mean, maybe companies might be like reticent to do that nowadays because it's a lot of things to produce, and they don't always sell.
You gotta have the right.
You do see those. You do see those a lot.
You have the right prop though, because if you have like the first two Avenger sets, they had cool props and they did pretty well.
Did they?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean on the action figure community, everybody has them. Everybody,
Everybody.
everyone.
Everyone.
Like, did they do that for like Lord of the Rings? Was there like a special like
No, there's just
event,
like
just
the
maybe?
special editions came out.
Yeah.
They had like bonus like materials, but nothing like
Hmm.
here's this. There was like what was it? The Fellowship box set came with like the statues that were like this, like the big stone statues when they were coming down the river, as they were like bookends. Two Towers had something I don't remember what it was. Maybe like a miniature Helm's Deep, I think, or something like that, or something. But yeah, I don't. And then I think
How do you rank?
might have been a Gollum figure.
Where do you rank those movies in your like in
Return of the King was the best like cinematic movie, storytelling beginning to finish.
yeah?
Two Towers is the most watchable. Like
It was the
it,
fighting, right?
yeah, it was the
Battle
most
was the
action
fighting.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that
battle
has
was
the
amazing.
action. Two Return of the King was like, everything was on point. The performances, the action, it had everything.
Yeah.
It was a little long, got a little long at the end, but they're trying to tell a story like
They all
that.
get like that. Even the Hobbit, because I loved the Hobbit films, because I'm a huge fan of the dwarf stories. So
Hmm.
I enjoyed watching those. But like at the end of Battle of the Five Armies, you're just like, come on, get to the fucking man.
Get to the family. Get on with it.
Yeah, we already with this shit. Yeah, so but I felt the same way with Return of the King when like all of a sudden,
The
get
last half
out.
hour.
Yeah, it's like all right, get to the
The
fucking
last half
man.
hour. The last half hour is literally saying goodbye to every single character, and
Exactly.
like it can get emotional.
Yeah, it was annoying. But I get it.
But
It's a third
I
culmination of the whole
yeah, I
franchise.
remember going to see that with my friend, and I was just kind of just like, all right, was I the only one who just wanted that to end?
There's a little part of me. I'm holding out a little bit of hope that they'll do Shadow of War. But
It'd
I
be a
don't
hard
think so.
thing to
I know.
make. Yeah.
is this true about a Lord of the Rings series on Prime on Amazon Prime?
Yes,
When is that happening? Because I'm definitely gonna watch it.
whenever it's done.
Everything's on hold, obviously, all the production.
Yeah, I don't know what stage that was in. Like,
Because I thought that was done.
finished production.
I don't know.
It may just be in post. Like I don't know, but it's kind of one of those things.
I'm also like a little upset that they postponed the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah, well, that was they did that long before.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that, but like that's why I was still bummed about it because I was actually excited about that.
And it was just like they said, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna give some."
They just want more time with it because they want to make it better. They said,
I love how everybody's going to town on the Rosa and Ahsoka Tano story, when there's been like no official confirmation. It's just like reports.
well, here's my only
And they say it's for Mandalorian. Like she would be
wait,
like,
here's my thing. Here's my thing. The woman who voiced her is like the same
Ashley
age.
Eckstein.
Is like the same age as Rosario Dawson, and actually cosplayed as Ahsoka and looks just like
it
her.
looks good. Yeah,
They mapped the character's face
to her face.
regardless it's animation. Yeah, they mapped it to Ashley Eckstein's face. So why can't she just do the? Why does it have to be Rosario Dawson? Because Rosario Dawson one time said she would do it, and now all these idiots on the internet want it to happen, so they're trying to
I think that's what I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It's the same thing they did with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. All these idiots on the internet started clamoring for it. They started pushing for it, and they like wished that shit into existence, and it happened.
Yep.
Like now they're trying to do it with Rosario Dawson. Like why don't you let
Who
the
knows?
girl who voiced the character for the entire fucking series actually enjoy the fruits of a fucking labor and let it
Get a
come to
chance.
fruition? Yeah, and
Get a-
actually, yeah,
get
and
a
actually-
chance.
Yeah, at least let her fucking audition for the part.
Yeah. It'd be like,
That's fucked
well,
up to me. Because like she did a great job with the voice character. You don't know what she can do, and like you said, at this point it's past. Because at the end of Rebels, like I'm spoiler alert. At the end of Rebels, Sabine Wren, the Mandalorian, says that when Ezra and Thrawn shoot into hyperspace, they don't know where they go because they don't shoot in hyperspace. It's these animals that have the ability to, and these animals
Right.
wrapped around the Chimera, Thrawn's ship, and they shoot into hyperspace with just him and Thrawn, with Ezra and Thrawn. Ezra uses the Force to talk to Sabine mentally, and he says to Sabine, "Come come find me, don't give up. And he leaves. And she always thinks he meant take care of Lothal. Just take care of Lothal, and I'll be with
Well,
you.
the come find me thing is,
And then she started to say to me why I never understood what it meant. Then I understood what it meant, and it was, she goes, it wasn't until after basically after Return of the Jedi. So when Ezra shoots into space with Thrawn, they fast forward to after Return of the Jedi when everybody's celebrating that the Emperor and the Empire fell. That now you see a fully grown Sabine Wren. She's an adult, and she's basically at Lothal, and she's staring at something that she had put. Now she had put this whole shit together, and she basically found out where Ezra was. She understood what he meant by it. Like, she's like, oh, I could have said it wrong. Maybe he didn't say come find me, but he said something to her like she didn't understand what it meant. And then like as the years went on, she finally understood what it meant. It meant come find me. You can come. You'll know. And then she like figures it out. And then as she figures it out, right at the end, she turns around behind her, and there's a fully grown, like middle-aged Ahsoka Tano standing behind her with a stick. She doesn't have a lightsaber. She has a long cape with a fucking hood, and she's standing there with a staff. And she turns around, she looks at her, and she just nods, basically saying, "I found Ezra." And they both go. They leave. They get on a ship and they leave Lothal. And that's how.
See, how they explained it in the books with Thrawn is Thrawn was on like missions for the Emperor deep into space, and he comes back into like Imperial space after the war.
What book is that?
That was OG trilogy.
Oh,
pre merger.
Yeah, the one. I'm in the middle of Treason right now.
Mm.
And right now, Treason is about. Treason is about a mission that he's running for Director Krennic, the guy from Rogue One.
Right.
And it's basically throughout the story. You remember throughout the story, Thrawn creates the TIE Defender project, which is the TIE ships that can go light speed. They have the 3 wings instead of the 2. Okay, so Thrawn has funding for that project, and Krennic has funding for he called it, the project is called Stardust, but it's the Star Destroyer. Okay.
Right, the Death Star.
Yeah, the Death Star. You're right, the Death Star. And what's his face? Tarkin wants the funding to go to the TIE Defender because he likes Thrawn. He doesn't like Krennic. But if you watch Rebels, at the beginning of the book, at the beginning of Treason, Thrawn makes mention to the fact that they have the Hera, the pilot of Phoenix Squadron, which is the pilot in Rebels, the Twi'lek. They have her in captivity on Lothal, and if you watch Rebels, you know that she's captured in the TIE defending factory, the defender factory on Lothal, and Ezra and Kanan Jarrus. That's where Kanan Jarrus dies, the Jedi Kanan Jarrus, because he goes there to save her, and they blow up the whole factory, and that's why the TIE Defender project crumbles, and all the funding goes to fucking Stardust,
the Death Star.
Yes. But right now you're finding out how Thrawn wins everybody over, and all this other shit in between. So like it's pretty sick how they make mention to like Kanan Jarrus, and then like the fact that I watched all the Rebels episodes makes me understand the books much better.
More.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even in the second book, they talk about how when Darth Vader fought Jarrus and Ezra Bridger, they make mention of both of their names in the books and shit. So I was like, wow, this is pretty fucking awesome that this does all tie in to
the larger storyline.
Exactly. So I thought that was pretty sick. So I mean,
yeah, they just kind of in the original.
They don't explain
expanded
what
universe.
They don't explain what happens to Thrawn now because he went with Ezra, and then they got rid of the old stuff. I don't know how.
Yes.
I'm assuming that there's a 4th book coming out of Thrawn. I saw it's not released yet.
Right.
Because the second one was called Alliances. This one's called Treason, and I think the 4th one's called Allegiances. And I think
so he makes some sort of deal to like survive whatever it is.
What I think it's gonna be when him and Ezra shoot through the fucking thing. How
they end up in like shit space or something like that,
and
he's got
to align with Ezra to get the fuck. Yeah, and I think he's gonna have to create an allegiance with Ezra Bridger, Jedi. And
mutual bid beneficiary.
Exactly, that's what I think it is. Which I'm hoping it is because that would just be great. using my credits for Audible to buy like all kinds of like I bought that. I bought Treason. Like I'm halfway through Treason, and then my next one's gonna be Conan.
Oh, I'm just trying to get more see if comics were the Kindle app.
Yeah.
The comics are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can read those.
That's where I kind of started to get my. Because I always thought it would be kind of cool to tell the story from the pilot.
And
they make it like
I try to watch Star Wars fan films, but they're always set the same way. They're in the woods.
They're in the woods, like I told you, man. They're always in the, or like they're Jedi training in the woods on some abandoned planet someplace.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, all right.
Well, the one I watched one yesterday. It took place in a desert. I was shocked. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, this is actually filmed in the desert. And then there was another one that I had to stop watching because my nephew kept running in and out of my room. So I had to stop watching it. It was like on Snow Planet. It was on Hoth.
Oh, okay.
I was interested to see how that played out. Like,
I mean, we could do something like
I
backyard and stuff like
I was watching
Snows.
Lord of the Rings. I was watching the Lord of the Rings fan films just to get an idea of what I could do in the woods and orc costumes and shit because they're pretty close to how I want my orcs to look. And it was funny because I was watching this one fan film, the sword fighting.
Well, you know, the orcs in Lord of the Rings were corrupted elves.
Yes.
Or like like elf zombies essentially.
Yeah. So my nephew's watching the orcs and he freaks out. Like he freaks out. I go, they're just masks. It's just costumes.
They're not real people.
He goes, no, they're not. And I go, look on my floor. I go, look at the floor, and I have the two orc masks on the floor. And I go, look at the masks. And he goes, okay. I go, that's it. That's what they're wearing. Because it's exactly
makeup.
I was like,
he thought they were real orcs.
Yeah, and he goes, oh. I was like, yeah, they're fake, bud. It's just an act. It's just fake.
It's not real. It's pretend.
He's a 5-year-old man. You don't know any better. I was 5.
Yeah, but I knew even at 5, I knew that they're Peter Venkman and Bill Murray.
Oh, I didn't know that. The 5,
I did.
I thought the Ewoks.
I mean, I thought I was Peter Venkman. I called myself Peter Venkman, the person, but like that's because I didn't like my name.
Oh, no, man.
It was weird.
I always
Correction, Dr. Peter Venkman. Gotta give myself.
Back off, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a scientist.
I'm a scientist.
It was funny when I was talking to my sister, which is, again, still sounds weird that I'm saying. I made a Ghostbusters reference and I had to prep my favorite. It's like, I made you are like the buzzing of flies.
It's Vigo.
You are like Vigo. You are like the buzzing flies to him.
You're the buzzing of flies to him. Slime him.
I love you, man.
Would you slime this guy? I love Rick Moranis. Tough break.
Tough. It still holds up.
It absolutely does.
You know what movie does not hold up and it just had its 30th birthday? Ninja Turtles.
I think you're smoking too much weed, but
Okay, the first one. One is. I'll give you the first one.
Yeah,
I'll give you the first one. Second one.
The second one, you have to take it for what it is because
Yeah.
The first one got into a lot of trouble with parent groups
Because it was darker.
because it followed the comic series, and then they had to clean it up and make it follow the TV series for the second one. So that's why the second one is so lighthearted. They don't really use their weapons.
And it was like slapsticky.
Yes, that's why. And the third one was literally just a money grab.
Oh yeah, for sure. Third one was absolutely awful.
It was just a money grab.
I was a big Ninja Turtles fan at the time, and I was like,
it was a money grab because they didn't even finish costume and prop. They didn't even finish the Splinter costume. They just did the top half.
the head. Yeah.
So
Terrible.
yeah, it was a money grab, dude. The third one. The second one, to me, the costumes and everything was much better in the second one. Like the production was better in the second one because the production value went up because of how good the first one did. The problem is too many people complained about the first one and the content, so they had to lighthearted, and then when they went lighthearted with it, it still did well, but it didn't do well enough to garner a third film. But by then they had already signed on for a third film. It was a cash grab, and they just went and did it.
And they had nothing else to do, so they went back in time.
What's even sick? Well, they tried to do Turtles in Time for the video game.
Yeah.
Problem is they did it wrong. But also, Casey Jones wasn't in the second film because he was in jail for drugs, and Corey Feldman wasn't Donatello because he was in jail for drugs. That's why they.
I never realized Corey Feldman was Donatello.
Corey Feldman voiced Donatello in the first film. Yep. He did not. I actually preferred the voice in the second film, but Corey Feldman voiced the first and third. He did Donatello, the first and third.
Allegedly, Corey Feldman was supposed to reveal this massive.
He was supposed to release this documentary about how he was molested.
Give up names and.
Yeah, he was
Hollywood.
He was going to name names.
I tried to do it on pay-per-view. That was what it was. It was internet pay-per-view. You had to pay.
What a cash grab. Yeah, I'll tell everybody who touched my peenie. For some money.
Maybe $20.
Yeah. Pay me, and I'll give you the deets.
Because I have to pay for streaming costs. I can't just go post this on Twitter for free.
Yeah. Pay me, and I will give you the deets. So I guess Ming never figured it out.
I think he did. He accepted the thing, but by the time I put that on me, wasn't gonna sit here and wait for him to have my screen half displayed, essentially. So I was just like, all right,
This was an interesting day. I mean, man, people jumped on James Debo. That was Debo, obviously.
It was Debo and
Bruno. I could just tell by the wrestling questions, and then the Rancor.
I don't know what the fuck are you doing, Jack?
What?
You didn't see that? And he's like, I want more Rancor. What the fuck are you? What about Rancor? What the fuck are you doing with your lives? Okay.
Oh, that was Bruno and Debo. But I saw that coming a mile away. I saw the trolling.
Doesn't mean I still don't want to smack people in the mouth.
Listen, it's trolling, dude. They just want to get you. Think about this right now.
It's all trolling until you get smacked.
Just think about this. Their lockdown is consisting of them sitting in their houses, drinking themselves, and finding entertainment, and us sitting in our things, smoking weed.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
So
it boosts the numbers up of the stream.
And you can lie to me and say that you like Rancor, but I know you're just gonna make fun of it. But I don't care because in the end, it's what makes me happy, and I'm trying to sell. And when I finally do sell the idea, he who laughs last laughs loudest. So, and again, it's all jokes. It's ribs, man. When we were professional wrestlers, you don't think I'd get shit for Rancor if I was still wrestling? And I went into a locker room and shit. People would give me shit. They'd rib me. It's just the way it is, man. You know what it is? Dudes rib dudes for doing nerdy and feminine shit. Acting.
Because they're insecure about their own lives.
Like I said, they're friends with this legit successful comedian.
And they're all like, he's not funny.
They don't think he's funny.
He's not funny. I don't know about that.
He is a very funny comedian. If you don't know who he is,
I know.
Chris
No, I know who he is.
He's a very funny fucking guy. Check him out. He's hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's very hilarious.
There's a reason why he's on all these people's podcasts because he's.
There's a reason why he gets paid to do what he does.
Yeah,
and
if you haven't seen that 9/11 story, watch it. It's really fucking. He had that room, the Comedy Cellar. He did it in. He had that room roaring throughout the whole thing. And granted, he kept saying he was hammered drunk, but still, he had to get up there and do it, and he did it. That's what it's about, man. Going up there and making an ass out of yourself, because that's all people want to see. You make an ass out of yourself. If it's all fun and games, everybody laughs, everybody thinks it's the best, But you can't take yourself too seriously. That's one thing I knew making Rancor. You're gonna have to be open to that kind of slack. You have to. You have to open up to yourself to that kind of scrutiny because they're just people in this world that just don't get swords and sorcery. They don't get science fiction. They don't get space stories.
You gotta make it a little more relatable.
Yeah.
You could do swords and sorcery. Game of one of the most successful shows of all time.
Yes.
They were swords and sorcery, but they weren't like.
Just like Debo said, you gotta show more of the tit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that was entirely the thing,
but
that was certainly helped.
Add politics and I'm not.
They made it relatable.
Yeah, because the current landscape of all the countries and everything like that, and politics is a huge thing in the world. So of course you make something that is
you just want to have a subtext to your storyline. Your storyline just can't. These people go here and do this. Like you gotta have. No, but there was others. They had other character storylines. Like each character was like had a
Oh yeah, but obviously
an arc.
everybody has their own arc. You have to have an arc when you create a story. You
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
and everything had an arc. You can't base the first 5 minutes of the fucking proof of concept film off of what I was going
Yeah,
to do. You know,
yeah.
the character arcs. Because currently I'm writing the outline for that
You
particular
can't.
thing.
As I'm saying, nobody
And
could get
I
discerned.
just finished the second act. Like I just finished writing the outline for the film, and I just finished the second act. And even like Kevin was like, this is ambitious, bro. You know how like this is gonna cost money. And I said, you gotta stop thinking that way. If we keep thinking that way, nothing will ever get
We're never
done.
gonna get anything done, and
Never
we're
get
just
anything
gonna
done.
constantly keep doing stuff in your apartment or like
Yeah, and
in
it's
your
like
basement.
I don't want to fucking do that. I want this to work. Like I want it to work.
Yeah,
The only way it's
we
gonna
have to
work
take some.
is if you go.
You have to take some risks.
Yeah. So if we gotta if we want to get this sold, like we want to. So I just I don't know. But I want to reach out to the Rent Fair this year if they might not open, but if they do,
There might not be these things. There might not be a Comic-Con this. That's a legitimate.
Well, I mean, they already canceled E3.
Yeah, but like if it gets to be like,
They canceled.
and they're still going forward with it, like it is happening. Press badge registration is April 11th.
Man, they're like everybody's worried now. They're coming for Dragon Con because Dragon Con.
Dragon Con's coming up, and all the summer cons are gonna have to canceled. But you just don't know.
But you know what it is? I think this is
What
a
it
good
is.
thing. I think this is a good thing, bro. And honestly, as crazy as this may sound, I think you should.
You're crazy.
You should cancel everything because next year, them places will be the way they were when they first started. Because everybody's gonna be able to come back out again. They're gonna miss it. You're gonna have a period where you miss it. Like right now you don't have a period where you miss a con because before you know it, the next con is there. Next month is another con. This month, so there's like a year where you don't go to conventions. There's no year of cosplay. There's no year of all that stuff. When you open it back up next year, you're liable to have the floodgates and like quadruple the amount of people because people can't wait to get the fuck back out of the house. They can't wait to go to these things again. They can't wait to dress up. It's like as far as crazy as it sounds, I think they should cancel everything for the year.
Yeah, for sure. They're probably going to cancel San Diego.
Yeah, they should cancel everything for the year.
Well, I gotta stand up.
Financially, people are going to be tapped. They can't buy passes. They can't do that shit.
Yeah, can't. I mean, flights are going to be cheap, but are people going to have the disposable income to get hotels?
Yeah, man.
I want to say the one thing: if out of all this, it's the end of the cruise industry, would not be mad at all.
That industry should have sank years ago.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I never understood how people can just get on a fucking boat and go underwater.
Yeah,
like I just never.
Like I get it if you're going to someplace like go country or something, but if you're just going,
would you go on the Jericho thing?
That's probably the only.
Because that'd be the only thing that get me to go on that.
Like Jericho cruise. I think there was like a Coheed cruise. I think a year around the same time. That was like the only two things.
If I'm like a comedian and then like you have a gig, you make this much money, you get a suite. Like that
would have to be like my first paying gigs because I know those like they say those like cruise line comedian.
They're bad.
Those are like some sad people.
Yeah, but you know what? If it's good money and if it's just you're on a like I would just do one run. If I'm gonna do run, I'm not gonna be like on the regular with this thing.
That's what I'm saying, but there are guys that get sucked into it because it's a paying gig. Yeah.
Actually, shit, I want to do stand-up comedy because I just want to challenge myself. I just want to.
I mean, once this is all over,
tell myself that I can make people laugh. If I can make people laugh like that, Chris Stefano, like the way he was making Dave, they were holding their sides, laughing so hard. If I can get there, I'll be happy. If I have to, I'll tell my Chris Benoit story.
You gotta tell them all. Like you can't hold. Yeah. That's the one thing I'm learning. Apparently, you can't hold back.
My Chris Benoit story is apparently now a hit with Tom.
I mean, you gotta know your crowd.
Your audience, obviously. But, like,
you gotta know your crowd because there's gotta be people. Yeah, I would tell that at like wrestling.
Yeah, like if I went on the road with Dan Barry and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
That story would work, but it might upset Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
But Mick should understand
gets the joke.
That it's a fucking joke. Yeah, I don't actually.
You're not actually believing what happened.
I don't actually think that Kevin Sullivan killed Chris Benoit and his wife.
No.
You know, but that's just a great story.
Hilarious story.
That was a good story.
It works on so many levels
Sure does.
because it fuels the Kevin Sullivan conspiracy
You know,
theory.
what would you know? What I was thinking about? What would be the amazing thing is if Matt Hardy went broken. Matt Hardy all those years ago and Lita and Edge.
That's what broke him.
Like that would have been sick. Yeah.
Not getting thrown off. I think what they said what broke him was when they did that spot.
TNA, right? You got thrown off the balcony.
He like threw him off the building or some shit.
Yeah, he threw him
On
off
the
the building.
building.
Yeah. Did you see the thing on an AEW where he like did the teleport thing and Jim Cornette was pissed?
Oh, the teleporting thing. It was a little hokey. It was a little hokey.
I thought it was great.
But again, like if this is what you're gonna do, like go for it.
That's what I said to Matt. I was like, you know what? You can't fault them for trying something different because there's nobody there. They can do whatever they want. They can try crazy shit like that because you can add crazy edits to it now because there's nobody there. They're shooting.
Yeah.
They're shooting AEW like how I wanted to shoot the new MVW, like a TV show, like a superhero
A
sitcom.
TV show with wrestling.
Yeah, with like well done. I have to say, in terms of like if you have to subject yourself to wrestling, I would subject myself to
That's basically all I watched.
yeah, I
Put it on.
I would subject myself to AEW for the 2 hours on Wednesday.
Yeah, I put it on, and by the time it's over, I'm getting ready to go to work.
Yeah.
So.
Fucking A, man. Yeah, we've been on.
And I get this. We did 2 hours, and I did not play any games. I just sat here and talked for 2 hours and pretty impressed.
If you want to do it tomorrow,
I have to work tomorrow.
okay.
But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Thursday.
blah blah.
I guess.
Yeah, I could do it. I just got to be off by 10 o'clock.
Maybe we can get more people on the video chat. We can have a nice little party. So if
We
anybody,
might have to use something else. Yeah.
you only have 2 people on Discord.
Well, I have to. We have to. You would have to be on add them to your friends list, or one of us would have friends list, and then
So we'll put up with the Discord invite and shit like that. But
and add them accordingly.
yeah, man. So I'm gonna shut this down then on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us on YouTube. Everybody who hung out with me on YouTube.
I know this is
I had
fun.
a lot of people on YouTube that hung out, so I appreciate that, guys. But thanks for
Even
chilling.
if they were all pieces of
I'm
shit.
gonna catch you guys on Thursday.